Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining in. Oh, dear. I am good, thank you. I was slightly unprepared for this. I've, just, like, in the middle of setting up my Xbox and that and making sure Mass Effect was loaded, and I accidentally just pressed the Go Live button on, like, go to my starting soon. As I was just moving my stream deck, I was like, I guess I'm live. I guess I'm starting very soon. I was just like, yeah. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Hopefully, we don't get any buggy audio or anything because I didn't have time to test for that. I was like, oh well, it's gonna be fine. I'll like just test audio and stuff quickly, and then just like move the button.
Affirmative.
And just was like, oh no. I don't know who's being affirmative. I don't know who that was. It does sound right so far. And I'll explain what's going on in a minute. I'll see if Karl's online. We are Mass Effecting and we are texting. Just being like, Karl hasn't said he's on. So I'll just tell him to call whenever he's ready. Oh, okay. I'll just call him now. Get him in. Oh. Hello?
Am I in?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I'm just talking on my phone because we had like issues with my microphone last time, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in my house. I was watching the stream on my PC because it's only like going to be 3 or 4 minutes, isn't it? Not 3 or 4 seconds behind.
Yeah, 3 or 4 minutes behind, like we are on a delay. Yeah, I was just like saying how we are on a planet already.
Do we remember what planet we're on, Lucas? Help me.
So I don't know. So what happened was I was like, oh, we're low on resources, especially Element Zero. With our nice new like enhanced probing, I'll just do some probing again off screen. And then I probed one planet and I just landed and went, what? So we're on like a mission where we're just like, we found like an actual mission on a random planet somewhere.
I will say as well, Lucas, like you get my utmost big respect for not rewording the way you said that. Just gonna do some probing.
Just, after stream, went for some rogue probing.
Went for some probing. It's like the best joke in like Futurama about the probulator. It's such a threatening word.
So, yeah, it's just like... Cool, yeah. It's like they managed to escape the Geth. And it's just like, oh yeah, we managed to survive a landing. Unfortunately, Lieutenant Commander Gorlat didn't make it, leaving me the senior in charge. It's like, that's never a good start, is it? It's like, oh hey, me, not the leader, has automatically assumed that I am now the leader because the leader died.
The thing is, it does sound like it'd be right for some like calamity. There's some shenanigans to ensue.
We've now lost more than half the crew survived the crash. We hope to build a camp here to survive until the Idena found our beacon, but something is hunting us. It's like, oh no. Oh no.
Like, is there ever anything like... Here's a question, like, if you were, like, context skeleton, like, the context skeleton you get in, like, games like this,
yeah.
or, like, in Fallout games, you find, like, a context skeleton with a story on it, or it starts a mission, what would you want your context skeleton to be doing? Same question to chat.
Yeah, like, what, I don't know, if Karl hasn't explained it well enough. Like, I think there's one that I always remember from Fallout, I think it's 3, where there's, like, a ramp and a hole in the ceiling. And then there's a motorcycle, like, crashed on the right-hand side. And in the hole in the ceiling, there's just a skeleton dangling down. And he's like, yeah, I wonder what happened here.
It's just one of those things, it adds to the world, and it doesn't need, nothing needs to be said. So this has to be on the toilet.
Well, I was going to say, like, I think I just want mine to be, like, how I leave most of my Skyrim corpses, or, like, naked and just being bent over a table somewhere, or like, facing the fireplace, like.
That's like the idea of like walking into like, you know, like it's the apocalypse and you walk into a bathroom and some guy has a skeleton on the toilet. This man was fighting for his life.
Also,
like
yeah,
I saw the other day that. Oh, go.
I was gonna say, just jump into what Shadow was talking about in the chat of like, oh yeah, Netflix just being like, oh, welcome to One Piece. It's like 1,089.
I respect that.
It's clear because it's the start of the new arc after Wano. The very first episode of the newest arc is episode 189. Like, sorry, 1089, not 189. 1089.
Imagine people
Netflix
like they watch
like,
the series.
Netflix has just gone, well, I guess if you're going to start putting Netflix One Piece on, let's just put the newest season on. So it just means there's a singular episode and it's just a 10,000 fucking... or 1,089 episodes in, and it's like, yeah, you can figure it out. You've got this.
Oh, I'm just imagining though, like someone watches the live action series and says, "Oh, go watch the anime and see what's going on." And it's like forward 890 episodes. Like what?
It's like, God, the last thing I knew, like, there was 4 members in the crew, and we were fighting one shark dude, and now we're like, might as well be in fucking outer space or something.
The Quarian life signs are stabilized.
That's absolutely like ridiculous. I love it.
It's like, I love just the idea of like they go from Arlong Park to like, you'll figure it out. I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together and figure out how we got here.
It's like they just don't care when it comes to anime. Like we talked about, like Dragon Ball, like the intro over in the West just had shit from the movies that never got released over here. Yeah. Like you had like the Emperor Pilaf movies and stuff like that. Which I love as well when we mentioned that in the video once. Like, they told us where it was from, and they're like, we know where it's from, but we're talking about as if the context of you're a small child going, where the fuck is this footage?
Yeah. Can you just try talking again for me?
Yeah, no problem. Like I said, I'm speaking into my phone and just pasting about my house.
Oh no, it's fine. My game volume was set to like 100.
Well, the game needs to be loud. You need to hear. Well, bang, okay.
Well, it's normally set at like 30 to 40% depending on the game, and it was just like the moment the gun started.
Like, what game to you has like the guns that just sound the most threatening?
I mean, Gears of War's up there.
Just got meaty sounding shotgun.
The crunchiness of the entire like sound design of Gears of War.
Or just like the 1-1-1-1-1 with a torpedo.
Yeah.
When you hear that.
Because like, you get so good at that game, you can even tell like, you know, all of the sounds of like, even if the active reload noise was gone, I'd be able to probably tell you whether oh, the Quarian got killed. I'd probably be able to tell you whether like I'd active reloaded the gun just off like how the gun sounded when it got reloaded.
Yeah, and that one of the cool things is like if you listen to the Lancer, as it runs out of ammo, it makes a different noise. These are all things that you wouldn't notice in regular gameplay, but if someone pointed out that it's there, you would. Or if they took it out, you would. Similar to
when you play 500 hours of the multiplayer, you start to notice it.
You do. It's like if anyone's ever played like a first-person shooter for a long time and your controller starts to die, and all of a sudden this feels wrong, and then you notice your controller's out of battery and it's not vibrating anymore.
The amount of times I do that with Destiny where I'm like, wait, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong right now?
You know something's wrong, but you don't know what it is, and you realise, oh, my controller's nearly out of battery and I'm not getting haptic feedback. And you never notice it in regular gameplay until it's not there, and that's fascinating.
Same happens when we're playing Smash Bros. Sometimes, and like I'm using like the Joy-Cons or the Pro Controller or something, and I'm like, wait, why is there no vibration? Like when I've just like knee of justice someone in the face. There's
currently like just this ongoing thing online. Like it happened a couple of days ago. It's like, you know what was really good? The Wii U Pro Controller with its 80-hour battery life. The fuck was that about? Like,
shit! Yeah. That black hole gun just like annihilated the Quarian.
Critical mission failure.
Yeah, I've heard the Sniper Elite 5. I mean, Sniper Elite, the entire basis is like, this game is fun to shoot, right? Like, if that core mechanic of like shooting a gun doesn't work in Sniper Elite 5, like, that's the entire point, is the slow-mo and the gun feel is like really fun.
Well, we want the wearaboos to really get up. Is it for the wearaboos if you kill Nazis?
Nah, it's all cool if you kill Nazis.
Well, they don't like that. There's those weird people online who don't like when you kill Nazis. It's like,
response is just like... just like shoot another Nazi. It's like, yes.
It's that noise that you make when it's like, I don't want to talk to these people.
Just, I never thought there would be like a backlash against like the Wolfenstein let's punch Nazis in the face together kind of like marketing campaign. And yeah, here we were, like, just... It was like, how is this the thing getting backlash?
I think there's like an re-upload of an old fact theme video going up tomorrow about when they first released that Captain America comic of him like punching Hitler. They actually got complaints from actual like Nazi sympathizers saying this is really not fair.
This is offensive, you know. You know what else was? Fucking genocide. Oh god.
You say like.
Yeah, we are taking these Baron down.
We need to leave.
Grunt, I thought you'd be all up for this fight. Grunt's like, yeah, I think we should go. It's like, Grunt, really? Really, Grunt? You literally are born to fight.
And isn't it like as well, the last time we spoke to Grunt, he wants to go to Tuchanka, which I'm looking forward to that mission. Is that one of my favourite missions in the game? Like, he was like, I'm just getting the urge to fight, and I was like, we need to leave.
Like, you know what, there's like 3 Baron here, we need to leave. Yeah, Shepard. Kick it in the face.
Coordinates received. Edina inbound for pickup. You've done us a great service. Expect to hear from the captain.
God, yeah. Like, let's not make it personal against the Nazis. Let's just make bad guys be bad guys. Like, no, fuck the Nazis. You know what? Fuck them. They deserve this. They've earned this. They've earned this title of, like, being named the bad guy in everything, and everyone can laugh at them.
Just the default bad guy from history. So I still like my favourite Simpsons joke, though, is like when it's like the Rainier Wolfcastle film. It's like, I'm under attack from commie Nazis. And he has to deliver, like, UNICEF pennies to the puny children. Which is the idea of commie Nazis. It's like, that's the hustle.
Change of plans, Commander.
That's a threat.
Oh, fuck you, Elusive.
The elusive man wishes
Michael Sheen, just go away. Michael Estevez.
No,
We talked about
that's Martin Sheen, right?
Martin Sheen, sorry.
Michael Sheen's someone else, right?
Yeah.
Let's feed
Martin Sheen, sorry.
Who's Michael Sheen? Is there a Michael Sheen?
It sounds like there is. It sounds like a name that exists.
Let me double check, because I
Check who Michael
swear
Sheen
there's
is.
both. Oh yeah, Michael Sheen's that awesome Welsh dude that like is like a non-for-profit actor now.
Do you know what? If I saw a picture, I'd probably recognise him.
He's the guy that does everything with David Tennant.
Yeah, now I know. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They've done quite a couple of projects together. Like, yeah, they're in Bad Omen, sorry. And they did like that. I can't remember what it was called, but like that show in lockdown where they were just like teasing each other over like fucking like Zoom or whatever it was all the time, and like trying to make a play happen, but rehearsing it over Zoom and shit.
Yeah, that was such a weird period. Remember where like John Krasinski somehow sold the concept of good news for $1 million?
Yeah.
Remember that? On a set that looked worse than the faction.
Yeah, like the like, you know, basically most watched night, talk night show or whatever they're called, late night shows, and it was like one of them, but in a room with like 0 production, even though they were getting millions of viewers.
And everyone's like, this is really charming. I would love to watch someone who tells me fun facts while on like a really low quality set. It's like, where's my money? Where's Karl let his be?
Apparently you weren't PG enough to follow up with the news.
I just love that he sold it. That's the thing. He sold the concept of good news. Like, what?
Yeah.
The Turians were wiped out.
And then the person who bought it never did anything with it.
I need you to board that ship and get some hard
Like, they bought it from him, then just like literally did 0 things with like the idea.
But also, yeah, shout out to Michael Sheen though. Of like, if people aren't aware, like there was I remember reading a story going around like he became like a non-for-profit actor, and like all of his paychecks now go to like you know, charitable proceeds, and he set up like production company in his like local Welsh town to bring in jobs to the area. And I think it was like there was a homeless person's football World Cup that basically lost all of its funding, and he sold both of his houses in like America and the UK, completely sold them, both of his houses, just to like keep it funded and keep it going. And he was like, fuck it, I don't, he was like, it was scary at the time, but now that I've figured out I can do it, I don't need money anymore. Like, I'm famous enough that I can keep getting jobs, and I can just give my money away.
Yeah, there's
Like,
a couple of stories like that from Hollywood, or I think it's like Paul Newman. Do you like Newman's Own? Like, you see it in shop, like Paul Newman, like the actor owns that, and all the profits go to charity.
Oh, nice, yeah. It's like,
Because
every
like,
now
oh,
and then, you're like, oh, at least there's like one person in the world like trying to use their fame for good, I guess.
Well, the famous one is Keanu Reeves, isn't it? Where he was, Keanu Reeves, like, just he got asked once, like, why'd you give away like your money for your projects? Like, I've made enough money for like 10 lifetimes. I'm good. That's why I do stuff that I find fun.
In the meantime, we're feeding them false reports. You're close enough that you can be in and out before the Turians learn the truth.
Good old mine sheep.
Oh yeah, the Taurians like figured some shit out. It's like, you could get in there without them knowing first, though. It's like,
Send me the coordinates and I'll take care of it.
Already sent. Once you're aboard the ship, establish an uplink with Edie. She'll mine their data for information regarding
so
the
this
Omega
could
4
be
relay.
the kickstart to the mission we're not allowed to do.
Okay, so the one that's basically just go do this, or you will get in big
Oh shit!
trouble.
Oh, maybe not then. Maybe this is the precursor to that mission, because maybe it's like you go to the collector ship, and it's like enforced that we have to go right now, and then I think maybe after that it's like, oh, you've got info from this mission, you need to go here.
I think this might be where you find Legion. And then it's like, that's why I remember. That might be why I remember having so many missions.
I don't know what you mean.
Like,
There's definitely not another character slot just here. There's no other characters.
Yeah. I would do a double check though to make sure you don't.
Well, right now we have no option. We have to go in.
You have to go. Okay.
So who do we want with us?
I guess it's this one. Like, we didn't really get to see much of Grunt.
Yeah.
I was kind of annoyed. I wanted to Chonka.
Yeah, I was good when you mentioned Tachanka. I was like, oh, you know, thinking in my head, we'll go there now. And then we never did.
That's
you know what? You picked
got Tally as well, right?
True, yeah, true. Tally could go.
Take Tally.
I quite like that sleek black armor.
You scrolled over at Kasumi as well.
No, I was going to Thane.
Oh, okay.
I was like, we haven't seen much of Thane. We'll go with Thane, but we actually did just recruit Tally, yeah.
Oh man, GB News. GB News consistently getting less views than Paw Patrol in Welsh.
Good.
That's a real statistic that cracked me up so fucking much.
I have not connected any of my smart TVs to the internet ever.
Never do it. Never do it.
It's the worst thing. Like, the worst thing about a smart TV is every single smart feature it fucking has. And I understand when people don't have, like, you know, say for example, I watch, like, you know, a lot of my Netflix and stuff on a PlayStation or an Xbox, and it's like, I know technically, like, it does use more power doing that, but it also means I can keep my TVs offline and not just slow them down with a bunch of shit and advertisements and updates and stuff. It's like, yeah.
If you ever see those like screenshots on Reddit and Twitter and stuff of like my TV suddenly started playing ads during like when I'm going to the pause screen, I'll turn the volume up. They're smart TVs, and the way they do it is they'll sell you a smart TV. It's got apps.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll sell you it, but then once you get it, a couple of years down the line, they just release an update that crams it full of ads.
Yeah.
So if you keep your smart TV and never connect it to the internet, they one, work faster, and two, you avoid all that nonsense.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Is like the moment you've connected him, it's too late. Then you're in.
Yeah, like I had the TV from the office, and obviously when I got rid of the office, I don't need two big TVs. Like my dad, do you want this TV? Like you've got like it's like a 42-inch TV. It's like pretty decent. Like it's just gonna be sat in storage until I move. And he went, oh yeah, sure. Got it home. Went, oh, it's a bit funny, son. It was a bit slow. Went, did you connect it to the internet? Oh, of course I did. Yeah, asked me to. Went, oh no.
Yeah, like welcome to the slowest TV in your entire life.
It worked so well before that. I sound like I've got a lisp. I've just got a cold. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just with him coming through his phone instead of like a proper mic. It's just one of it. But yeah, also combined with the fact that he's got a cold. But so yeah, they just found like oh, it's like the collector ship that attacked you at the start of the game, and it's like it just so happens to be some weird derelict ship in the middle of nowhere.
Nice and easy to model.
That thing is massive. How the hell did the Turians take it out?
It's a very conveniently derelict ship.
Radar scans do not detect any hull breaches on the
It won't stay
side
fine for
facing us.
long. Make sure that when you get your
Detect
TV, you
no
turn on like
massive
motion
field
smoothing.
distortions. It appears the drive
Or just
pod is
turn it all
offline.
on. Turn every feature on at once and see
Rendezvous in
what
30 seconds,
happens.
Commander. Good luck.
He's like, make your viewing experience as poor as possible by turning all the good features on. It's a good, you know, quote unquote good features. Like, all of those smart things are just like, I don't even know, like, how they exist because, like, someone developed them to make things look worse.
Well, here's the thing. Fucking idiots think they look good because there was a thing going around the other day and it was, oh, I upscaled Duel of the Fates to be 60 frames a second.
Oh,
and
yeah, I
everyone who
saw
knows anything
that.
about media is like, this looks shit. This
It
looks
looked awful.
terrible. But then all the people who like, well, it's got more frames, that means better, right? The number's higher, so it's better, Lucas. And it's like, that's it.
It's like, oh, yeah, you know, all these, like, AI-generated interpolated frames, they look great. They don't look mushy and weird and horrific at all.
Penetrating scans have detected
And it
That's
doesn't
the
look, you
problem.
know, faster than you are used to looking at movies, which is, it gives you that, like, weird uncanny valley effect as well.
That's the issue, but it's idiot. It's anything like AI, if like, this looks terrible, and people are like, no, it's good, the anime girl's got massive tits.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that? Like, but it looks terrible with no artistic, like, quality, and like, you don't have, like, the fact that an artist touched this, like, but why would I want that? It's like, oh, you're an idiot. Cool, got it.
It's,
You're entirely controlled by visual.
that interesting discussion that I hear about, like, gaming at the moment of, like, the fact that we're kind of on that weird cusp of, like, ray tracing isn't quite 100% proper ray tracing yet. And it's like, it's a good facsimile of ray tracing, which means that things look quite natural. The issue being that, like, artists have gotten so good at making fake lighting look good in gaming that a lot of the current ray tracing looks worse. And it's like that weird thing of, like,
What happened here?
yeah, the kind of actual natural light is more fluid and can bounce off things and reflect properly, but sometimes it just doesn't look as good as when artists have gone in and, like, hand-baked every individual piece of lighting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, sure, like, eventually we will get ray tracing that is, you know, quote-unquote, like, perfectly natural, and it's probably going to be better for games overall, but we're in that weird, like, halfway point where right now a lot of games don't look better with it.
It's diminishing return.
Carl, you
Like,
know, you were talking about context skeleton. Like, this is a context just mush mound.
Oh,
It's like these guys have just been used for testing, and they're just like, oh god, it's when the Rat King went wrong.
it is. The thing is, did the Rat King go right, Lucas? Is that what you were trying to imply?
I am implying that.
To be fair,
If
it
you're
went
trying
right
to
in the
create,
sense
like,
of-
a terrifying 10-man creature, the Rat King did a good job.
it did. It was an amazing idea.
Mm-hmm.
And the secret fifth stage of
They
cordyceps
didn't
infection.
deserve this.
I don't know who does.
Yeah, it's like, no one really deserves to just be, like, melted down into a pile of mush for experimentation.
It was very, very funny though.
Like, just imagine, like, oh, your life boils down to literally just being, like, essentially boiled alive by some collector alien. They just put you in, like, a
The
collection tube and then decided you weren't even good enough to keep for, like, collector's item.
But you're not even like worth it as like a misprint.
No. Do you reckon like they'll keep Commander Shepard like fresh in the box on the shelf if they collect Shepard?
Oh, absolutely 100%.
Like collector's
Shepard's
item.
mint condition Shepard.
Well, not mint condition because they've already killed her once. Like they
you know
tore
what?
her out of that box.
It's slightly used.
On eBay, it'd be listed as mint condition.
Yeah, mint condition, like, and then you look at it, it's like only open once. So that's not
Just
mint,
look at the face and see all the scars.
Were they experimenting on one of their own?
Edie, I'm uploading the data from this terminal. See if you can figure out what they were up to.
Oh god, the Shepherd of Theses.
Analyzing.
That's great.
Collectors were running baseline genetic comparisons between their species and humanity. Is there something we can use in the data to give us an edge? These are only
What did they find? Oh god, that's rough.
reveal something remarkable. A quad-strand genetic structure identical to traces collected from ancient ruins. Only one race is known to have this structure, the Protheans.
Well then. It's like, yep. So there's only one race known to man that look and, you know, have the structure of the collectors, and it's the fucking Protheans.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago. I can't believe this species still exists. These are no longer Prothean, Shepard. Their genes show distinct signs of
So something's picking up on your mic, Karl.
Oh god, why is like my phone mic better than the mic I was using to talk to you? Well, all it's picking up is just me and Minsk in the background broing out.
Oh god, the Yoshi Cup just affecting the white balance. Yeah. The Reapers have repurposed them to suit their needs. So the Reapers basically wiped out everyone but the Protheans, but then kept the Protheans and just like turned them into the collectors and like pulled them apart basically.
So Joe's OP as shit. Who the Protheans?
You'd think
Oh, the Protheans had real good stats.
No one has had the opportunity to study a collector genetic code in this detail. I've already matched 2,000 alleles to recorded fragments. This collector likely descends from a Prothean colony in the Styx Theta cluster. But there are
I mean, I would presume a natural xenomorph would just be like what an alien queen looks like, surely, because they're not. But yeah, that is a good point though. Of like, what is that an eventual like descendant? Is that a descendant queen of like something that has already adapted to like the traits of something else?
The queen is considered to be the purest form of the xenomorph.
Yes,
because the queen doesn't take on the host. So you get the Praetorians, which are basically the immature form of the queen and have the potential to be. Although all alien castes have the ability to turn into a queen, should the hive require it. And even if you have a alien that is descended from something else, like you get runners, which come from dogs and similar creatures, and warriors, which come from humans. When turned into a Praetorian and then later a queen, the queen will always look exactly the same.
Oh,
that
right,
is the
okay.
purest form of the alien.
So it is
There'll be
literally
variations
just
in
like,
size and stuff.
yeah, it is one of those of the queens just go back to like their base form.
Yes.
It's
So
like
the
when
queen can evolve
Frieza
from any
goes
of the
back
other-
to like his first form instead of like Golden Frieza. He just goes back to like just sitting in his little floating chair. It's like, yeah,
The bubble chair,
back
yes.
to the true Frieza form.
So all alien castes, regardless of the species they initially came from, have the potential to turn into a queen, and that queen will look the same. Which is why you have the one of the story moments in one of the games is they force a queen to combine its DNA with a predator, and just like the predator's like, this thing's a fucking abomination, kill it.
What do you reckon we get our training in, Karl?
Oh, this is actually like have another weapon to use. And I'd say go for the shotgun, because that way, with your powers and the shotgun, it's like, goodbye.
Cool. Go for that. Because, yeah, if you are trained in one of those three, it will give you the option to, like, I think it gives you the option to get, like, a Mega Collector Sniper or something. But I believe instead of getting, like, a Mega Weapon, you get, like, not a Mega Weapon, but, like, a really good standard weapon. So like an incredible like shotgun, assault rifle, or sniper. But because we're not trained in any of those, the game just goes, now you have the ability to at least use them, which is a really good upgrade for our character class. Whereas, like, you know, when you're already trained in those weapons, if you're just playing as, like, a soldier, it's like, well, I can't train in any other weapons, so they just give you, like, a super upgraded gun. Because I remember getting on one of the runs, like, the sniper from this.
Or was it just like, this is the game changer,
It just
goodbye?
blows everything up in one, yeah. Let's get the Eviscerator.
See, like, I don't like when they call guns that. It's like, have you ever seen that, like, Tumblr shit post of, like, the more, like, you know, whimsical and, like, long-winded a name for a weapon sounds, the less I'm scared of it. It's like, you can call something like the Immortal Dark Sword of Truth, but I'm not going to be as scared of that as I am of the Throngler. I just like the idea of the Throngler. It's like, no one wants to get thronggled.
No one does. Like, that's the thing is, when it's called the Throngler, it's called the Throngler for a reason.
Yeah, no one wants to get thronggled.
It's like, what's a Throngle? You don't want to know.
It's like that one, it's like that great one. It's like the Eldritch Abomination consumer of reality versus Maurice. And it's like, well, it's the consumer of reality, not Maurice. Gotta give that dub to my man Maurice. He's just a little spider, it's like, we'll have him.
Also, yeah, I just watched episode 3 and 4 of Echo today. And Echo's really good. I've only got one episode left to watch.
This is very
Solid ass show.
It's definitely go into it expecting a show that's just very character focused.
Which is what we've wanted from all these like shows, right? And the one show where they've actually done that is the show they dump on Disney Plus and don't care about.
It's like I don't know where episode 5 is going, but episode 1 to 4 is like there's not a shit ton of action. There's a little bit, but like there's not big set piece. It's just a character piece. It's like, oh hey, you know, here's Echo and like essentially like, you know, a few friends and family, and that's what the entire thing is. It's mostly just a fucking conversations and a couple of action pieces thrown in there.
Yep. And that's the annoying thing about all of this. That's all I've wanted from these shows. Stop linking it up to the next movie or a world-ending threat. Just tell me more about this character and why I should give a shit.
Yeah. It's like, I think I would love it if it was like that you could know that the TV shows were there to just give you more depth on certain characters, and they were kind of ancillary but good character pieces and character studies and like fleshed out characters and like, you know, friends and families and stuff that they had, and like more about their origins, etc., etc. And then the movies could be all about the big spectacles and shit, but no, they went for everything's going to be the big spectacles and stuff, but the TV show's just going to be like worse, more drawn out versions of them.
Yep. It's like, it's the easiest way to look at that is they had the She-Hulk show, which made fun of Marvel ending all of its shows with big CGI monster fight, and that's how they ended Secret Invasion.
Yeah, like months later, because obviously there's zero communication going on between the shows. It's just, yeah, months later, the exact thing they just made fun of happened again. And it's one of those of like they've now it starts Echo with like a Marvel Spotlight logo, and I presume that I have not seen whether it is or not, but like a few months back they announced that they're actually going to have like proper teams overlooking all of the TV shows and like proper showrunners and stuff, like Kevin Feige has been for all of like Marvel, but specifically for like the shows and the show, you know, having showrunners and making TV. Like, people have proven that it kind of works.
Yep.
For 40 years, but I presume that's like the first, you know, signs of like, oh, now everything's going to be under like this Marvel Spotlight thing. I presume is that TV side, and now that they might actually have someone to stop shit like that going there, where it's like, well, we made fun of the TV trope here, but then the next TV show didn't know that was going to happen. So now it looks like they're just making fun of themselves. Which they were anyway, but you know.
Yes.
It's like they hadn't learned their lesson. Uh-oh. Just what do you do when it's like, you're just like, okay, yeah, let's see what's going on here, and just everything goes red, and a collector pops up on your screen, you're like, It's like just walking into like your office one day and just like your computer's got a big skull on the screen, like, no, no, no.
It sounds like, Lucas, you need to start throttling.
Oh god, no, get the throttler out.
So you need to start throttling.
Who are the guys in Echo of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, that's the thing is, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did and didn't happen. And the same with all, like, the Defender stuff of, like, the Netflix shows did happen, but also they didn't. And they're kind of just like, yeah, but get over it. We're just going to crib what we want out of them and ignore the rest.
The closest we got is in the trailer for Echo. There is like a blink you'd miss it shot directly from the Netflix show. That's the closest they've gotten to acknowledging it.
There's a moment where Kingpin's like, ah, yes, the death of my father, and you're like, is it the way that he died in the Netflix show,
yeah,
Kingpin?
Is he actually trying to connect? He killed his own father, and that's the thing, because we don't know if it's the same, like, Wilson Fisk. We don't know whether to, like, believe him or not.
Better get it done fast, Edie.
That's the thing, it's like, well, if you don't know anything about those shows, you should believe that, right?
Well, it's very vague. He keeps it very vague. He just says, like, the death of his father. And it's like, which death do you mean, bro? Because one of them was very suspicious. Also, hi, Luna. Thank you for joining in. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna go into like spoilers for the show or anything, but like that was just something from the Netflix show that he mentioned in this of like, ah, yes, my father, and I was like, this is a bit sus here.
That absolutely strangled my dad.
Just strangled her.
It's like, no one can stop the Throngler. Right, Lucas, what do you do?
I need to use your name.
Come on, Edie, speed it up.
Platform.
Like, imagine, because like the when you see here like the certain collectors that can get like taken over by like the chief of the collectors.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh, you know, like taking over. And imagine if I could just AI hack like his little machine that he uses. He's like taking over, and then I just hack his computer. It's like, oh no.
It's like, you will never be an elite. It's like they've never figured out like first-person shooter enemies as well as Halo did.
Oh no. Yeah, there we go.
It's actually like hilarious how good Halo 1's AI was.
Because like even that's the thing, even like Bungie are struggling in Destiny. It's like make enemies as good as Halo enemies were like in 1 to 3.
Yep.
And like some of the enemies in Destiny are very good, but like it still doesn't. It's not like an outright winner against like the enemies from Halo 1. In terms of that conversation, it's like you could still argue of like one, you know, for one or the other, and it could be a discussion. And it's like, how could it even be a discussion with like the same, you know, not the exact same team obviously, but the same developer making a game, you know, 10 years, 15 years later, whatever it was, and they still haven't designed better enemies.
Nope. It's actually kind of wild to think about.
Yeah. Because I think it's just like the way that they made them feel alive. What it's like, you know, the enemies in Destiny, they do take cover, they are smart, they do flank you and stuff like that. They are powerful, they are interesting designs. But like, none of them have ever gone like, ah, crap, and like ran at me with a suicide explosive.
None of them have ever said, not again, as they could get stuck by a sticky grenade.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the absolute most top tier thing any like enemy can do in those games. It's always fucking like,
oh god, not again! The poor grunts.
It's not just like enemies that feel Like the lore to all the Halo enemies is so good. Like the poor grunts who like basically just cannon fodder.
And yeah, the fact that they have like a society with like an actual like it's one of those where they've all become like a collective of aliens under one religion, but there's still like the hierarchy of aliens of, you know, the elites being elite and being on top, and then the brutes being the salty ones like one level below them, and then the grunts are right down at the bottom.
Always. Yeah.
Like just get a vape and then fucking launch out your window as fast as possible.
I have never seen anything that's like it. People who smoke aren't as addicted to smoking, and smoking like is ridiculous. Like people with vapes will just sit on them all day. I saw, you must have seen it, Luke. There's that picture going around of like someone's at their cousin's house, and like my cousin has like used a shock mount from his PC to mount his vape above his bed like a fucking hamster water ball.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So he can just like lean up when he's half asleep and vape. It's like someone's going to study this one day.
It's like, it's one of those things of just somehow people seem to have got more caught up, like people seem to have tied their personality more to vaping than fucking smoking, which I didn't think was a possibility. And like obviously when not every single person is like that, but the people that are fucking insufferable.
So
it's
weird
like,
about
how
it.
did you make vaping your fucking personality? It's like they managed it. I mean, that's a bit different, yeah, if you're like vaping with medication. But it's the people that like sit there and all just like blow vape smoke in your face and be like, the fuck are you having a problem about, mate? It's just a vape, get over it. I don't know what the fuck is in your vape.
Also, as well, just fuck you.
Yeah.
I knew you wouldn't let us
Like historically, the rudest thing you could do to a person was blow smoke in the face. Like, it was like the de facto like way in a movie to show that someone's an asshole.
That or eat an
I found
apple,
data
yeah.
that would help us successfully
Yeah.
navigate the Omega-4 relay. I have also
All
found
the
a
eating apple
Turing
ones,
distress
it's just so
code that served
specific.
as the
I love
first
the
trap.
eat an apple,
The
but
collector's
then
big source.
the fact that
It's unusual.
Peter Jackson did that I'm gonna eat a carrot whole. He just sat there, just like chomping on a carrot. So what are you doing, Jackson? What are you doing?
He's doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. He's running away from the Hobbit movies in advance. Like that's got to be one of just like the smartest decisions of a person's career, is like seeing where they were taking the Hobbit movie and just going like, nope, I'm out.
Just immediately like, fuck this.
It's like, what we want you to do, Peter, is like get all of these 83 dwarves in a CGI river and make it look like a fucking cartoon, and then also turn this like 150-page child's book into a trilogy.
That's the absolute funniest thing about the Hobbit movies. It's like it just sums up how little shits they gave. It's like, make it and we want money. Was that the sole reason that oh god, what's that lady's name? Whatever she's called, like the lady from Lost. The whole reason she agreed to appear in the movie.
Evangeline Lilly.
Evangeline Lilly. That's it. Yeah. The only reason she agreed to the movie is like, do not put a fucking love triangle in the movie.
Oh god, yeah.
I do not want there to be a love triangle. I want my characters to stand on their own as a character. But people like want to root for. Like, yeah, we'll do that. And then they brought her back in for reshoots once she signed the contract and made her put a love triangle in.
Mm-hmm. They should obviously, I guess, get a better agent or lawyer or something. But there should be on those occasions, whereas I will sign this contract on the contingency of X. It should be, and if you do X, I can then get out of this contract.
Yeah, but that's where it comes down to, just you sign the contract and it's all.
Well, that's what I mean. Is it should be that if you have a contingency like that, it's like, okay, get that written into my fucking contract before I sign it. That my character will not be getting put into a love triangle, and they're like, no, we'll just do a handshake on it, a nice handshake, and you can sign this contract. It's never trust it. Yeah, that was for the Hobbit trilogy. I think it was the second movie they started putting like the love triangle stuff in with her.
Yep,
I can't
after
remember the
she'd
character's
been the
name
first
because
one.
it's like all those elvish names that are all like. It's like when someone's like, "Oh, name a fucking Game of Thrones character." It's like Bron, Bran, Bryn, Brandel. I don't know.
The one that still gets me about those movies is like they asked Viggo Mortensen to do a cameo, and he responded, "My character's not alive." He said, "Do you want to do a cameo in like The Hobbit?" He's like, "My character wouldn't be alive in The Hobbit."
Would he not?
He said either wouldn't be alive or be like 4 years old.
Oh, right. Because I thought he was like 150 when the Lord of the Rings take place or something.
It'd be something stupid. Or like there's something like their character would not be around to be in the
Something
film.
where like that makes zero sense. Yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, that McDonald's movie Founder, I believe you're talking about. Like, I presume you're talking about Shadow. Is like, I didn't realize like how bad the story was. Of just like how fucked the McDonald's brothers got fucked. Like,
Oh yeah, they got like because they signed an agreement with like Ray Kroc of like we get to keep our name, right? And Ray Kroc opened a McDonald's next to the original McDonald's brothers restaurant specifically to run them out of business.
yeah, he like according to the Founder movie, he completely like stole the name and everything, like just tore everything they had apart and built it his own. And it's like, jeez, that's such like, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll give you like $1 million now, and then also like X percentage of earnings going forward, like 5% each or some shit. And I can't put that into the contract, but like, let's just shake on it. Trust me, is like they never got any of that money, so of course they didn't. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like that's the most depressing thing of like, yeah, they were millionaires in like the 60s or whatever it was. But also, like, imagine missing out on like a cut of all of McDonald's profit going forward based off like the fact that the guy didn't keep to his handshake agreement.
That's the worst thing about all that stuff. Like, you should be able to, like, you should be able to trust a handshake.
Mm-hmm.
You should. Like, me and you have a handshake deal for Wiki Weekends.
And I'm gonna
get stuff in
fuck
writing.
Karl out of this.
We're going to put stuff in writing just so that we're both protected in the event one of us becomes an arsehole.
Just because like shit like this goes down.
But just the idea that you can't trust a handshake, I hate it. I hate it.
Yep.
That's one of those things where like, I'm with the joke. I'm with the boomers on this.
A man is as good as his word.
If you shake someone's hand and you say something to them and you promise to do that, you should do that thing.
I should say, you know, a person is as good as the word, not saying like just men. Like a person should be as good as their word. Like if you make a handshake agreement, you should live up to that handshake agreement. Fuck yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Frog, just like that sounds good. Like I've heard good things about Lindsay Ellis, and I've not ever watched any of her videos, but like I do find like production stories that are fascinating. Of just like, yeah, there were just like too many cooks, too many fucking cooks.
The problem is I'm just not the biggest fan. There's a couple of video essays I can watch, but there's just something about a lot of them where like the presentation of a lot of them really puts me off. Of like it's that, I guess it's because they want to convey a sense of authority.
Right. Yeah.
On a subject matter, but the problem is like a lot of them don't have degrees or any real background in what they're talking about. They're very well.
But I guess like you have to deal with a lot of that in a similar way of like, yeah, you've researched a fact, but it might not be something in your field, and you have to still present it with like trust and confidence in your own research, I suppose.
Yeah, but I'm only doing like like one minor snippet from
one little fact kind of thing. Yeah,
I'm not doing like, and as well, I think an issue I've always had is because a lot of YouTube is personality driven. People tend to accept, like once they've like got into like liking a certain content creator, their interpretation of something becomes the de facto interpretation, and it completely kills any discussion. Like you must have like like game theory, for example, of how many like Legend of Zelda games have a game theory video that just like completely neuters any discussion of that game. Because like, well, there's a map pack video on this. It's like okay, that's his interpretation, and he even ends every video by saying that's just a theory.
And
AKA
then people take it as gospel, yeah.
I think that's the best example of that, in the sense that he literally ends every video with saying it's just a theory, and then people they accept it as if it's just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, by definition, it is not.
And yeah, also, yeah, contracts do protect friendship, Shadow. Like, we just for Fat Fiend stuff, like, we've always had a rough outline of, like, the contract, even though, like, there's been certain, like, ways in terms of, like, the Patreon getting added into the bundle, like, that isn't in the contract necessarily, but, like, the contract's written in a way of, like, we will split things fairly, etc., and each person gets, like, these worth as, coverages and things like that. And it's like, it's just so that everyone feels comfortable in that situation.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I've never ever once sat there and gone like, well, the money from YouTube goes into Karl's account, and I'm worried like he's gonna take it all for himself next month. No, that's never happened. But I know that can't happen
because we have a contract that says I'm not allowed to do it.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like it's just one of those of like, it saves a lot of stress for people. And, like, I hate the idea of when one party asks another party to sign a contract, it's because there's no trust there. It's like, no, it's just to reinforce that trust.
It's like, there's just too many stories of shit like this going wrong. It's like, it's to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be stupid not to do it.
Anyway, getting back to Mass Effect, and speaking of whether we trust someone or not,
yes,
let's get back to Mass Effect when we were on the collector ship, and, like, something seems to have gone awry.
Yeah, that sums up like most stories.
Yeah,
it appears that something went wrong. You're like, yes,
it is not possible
yes, it did.
that the elusive man would believe the distress call was genuine.
Why are you so sure?
I found the anomaly with Cerberus detection protocol.
No, yes, the guy behind Salad Fingers did call out Matt Pap, like, you're completely wrong. Same with Toby Fox.
A lot of the stuff, yeah, and again, like, yeah, like, that's what happens when you're just making random theory videos online. It's like, a lot of it is just gonna be bullshit, and that's why he sits there and has to, like, end every video by saying it's just a theory.
But the problem is, a lot of people take it as God, and it must be frustrating for the creators of. We had a video recently we recorded about. You can never there's no definitive way to interpret media. However, the original author's intent should carry slightly more weight.
A bit more, yeah.
And when the original creator comes out and goes, "This person's full of shit," I tend to, like, side with them.
And in that kind of situation, like, more than a little bit. Because, like, there's interpretations where it's like, you find a lot in, like, going into when you're doing, like, English in school and you're, like, breaking down poetry and stuff like that, and it's like, well, it's never been confirmed, but I believe that, like, the color of the curtain suggests this, and it's like, that's interpreting the text and the media, like, that holds a lot of weight because words do hold weight, but, like, yeah, maybe you should also listen to the creators when they're like, this theory is complete bullshit about what I made.
Nothing drives me more insane than that meme of what the author wrote, of, like, the curtains are blue. What your teacher says, this represents the sadness of the character in this scene. What the author meant, the curtains are blue. It's like, so I find that so just frustrating and demoralizing. Of, like, so what you're arguing there is that you want media which had no message.
Yeah, zero meaning whatsoever.
Like, I can't imagine how fucking boring a piece of media that didn't have any messaging or intention behind its creation.
And the thing is, even if that one line might not have held the meaning, like, the mindset and the meaning that a person was probably trying to get across will, like, seep into the rest of the text without them maybe knowing.
Yeah, it's like, people have accidental or, like, completely just unintentional biases.
Mm-hmm. Like, hence why interpretations can be a thing.
Like, go back 300 years. Attitudes towards race, women, social class were all completely different and alien to what they are today. And all media created back then reflects those views, whether intentional or whether whether it's textual or subtextual.
Mm-hmm.
Those ideas will still be present within the text itself.
But yes, so Mr. Elusive Man, who would have guessed it? He knew he was a trap. And yeah, it's like we were set up, but why would he set us up? It's like, well,
That son of a bitch sent
because
us
He's called the-
he's the elusive man.
He's called the
Servants
elusive
can't
man.
be trusted.
He might as well be called
We got another
Betrayer.
problem. The collector ship is powering up. You need to get out of there
Like Betrayer McGee. Let's go.
Betrayer McGee.
I do not have full control of their systems. I will do what I can.
Oh, the fish
Send in
needs to be
coordinates
fed.
for shuttle extraction.
No, we got Frog in chat. Like, get craps on for my pronouns. Like, that's the thing. We don't care here.
Sorry, I missed that. What?
No, just Frog in chat's like they get shat on for their. It's like, nah, man. Like Lucas. Send
Oh,
over
yeah.
The gay pride cage. Let's go. Yeah,
100%.
gay pride cage.
Like, fuck yeah. Yeah. We try our best to be like a nice, welcoming, safe space as much as we can. Like, we are not perfect and we always make mistakes, but you know, we do our best about trying to be welcoming of everyone, apart from people who believe that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, I always love that
bigots can
statement,
get
though.
fucked, but everyone but bigots, like, we welcome you.
I always love the way you put that. Of like, everyone deserves to be respected and welcome, except for people who disagree with that sentiment. It's just such a distinct way of putting it.
It's like that's the only people I don't want here are people who don't respect that. But yeah, that's why we always want to make sure, like, we've got our little flag frogs and we've got our little flag kids, and obviously like emotes may change from time to time, but I always want to make sure we've got like some form of representation, people to just be able to use and show pride with them. And it's just like, I just don't understand why people are so shit and have such a problem with humans trying to just exist.
It's always really funny as well, because like, I've been asked multiple times why I think that, and it's like, well, one, it's just the decent thing to do, but
It's like we just don't have much emote spam though. Nightbot is programmed for like 10 emotes most. I think it's that. So apologies about that, but we just don't want like an entire paragraph filling up everything.
Yep.
But yeah, you know, most.
But I've been
It's like
asked,
Nightbot came in at just the worst time of like, we're welcoming everybody, like show love to one another. We're all a nice people and society in here, and it's like, boom! Nightbot comes in and shuts you down.
That's society right there. It gets you, man. But it's even if you like just ignore the fact it's the decent thing to do to just respect people for who they are. The thing of like, surely if you just want me to be creator man who's all about the bottom line, surely the absolute best way to make money is just to get the broadest audience possible.
And just, yeah, just be like welcoming to people. Frog does need to see the sausages.
Like, it's such a baffling thing to be like criticized for.
Also, don't worry, the fat one's not so fat anymore.
Oh, he's getting larger.
He's getting smaller.
Yeah, but the pictures of him will get larger.
Oh god. Frog me dog. But yeah, you know, these are my two puppers, but we adopted Oryx, the dark one, when he was very overweight, and we have got him back down to a pretty reasonable weight in the last few months. So we need to get some newer gifts out there and show that he's a bit skinnier a sausage.
He's down to minimal chunk.
It's like one of those of just like
Around the corner, take the door on your right.
It's one of those of like people always, you know, have that joke of like, I've seen plenty of people joke of like, oh well, it costs nothing to be nice. It's like, oh, how much does it cost to be an asshole? It's like, oh, it's nothing, isn't it? It's like that's a funny joke to make, but just like it doesn't cost anything to just be nice and to at least meet people on like a best foot going forward. But you know, then if someone proves to be a bigoted asshole, then you can like shut them the fuck down. But it really doesn't. It does, and it really doesn't take much to just be like, I guess I'm not gonna be asked about like what another person wants to do in like life to just it fucking exist. It really isn't that hard.
Yeah, and to counter that, someone was like, "Well, someone being like right wing, the same way." It's like, but their ideology is inherently antithetical to the way other people want to live. Like a person being gay doesn't affect anyone else's way to live. A person disagreeing with them being gay, by default, stops someone who wants to be gay from existing. So yeah,
Yeah. That's always that bad faith argument, isn't it? Like, well, we're just trying to live by our beliefs as well. It's like, but your beliefs inherently try to stop other people living. So that's where I stonewall that argument.
Time to fight.
mate, I'm getting my ass handed to me by some mummies in Baldur's Gate.
It's like,
they were
when
so-
you say you get your ass handed to you in Baldur's Gate, that can mean multiple different things.
Yeah, but I've not romanced anyone this one.
It's like, in a good way or a bad way, Carl? Like, are you romancing these mummies?
No, it's more like in a bad way because no one wanted me, and it's annoying. Like the no sex skeleton gives you shit for it. It's like no sex skeleton. Like withers the night, the fucking Chad skeleton's like Because like one of the things that'll happen is they'll say like, oh, if you're not getting laid, and you go talk to him, it's like, oh, you've got no one you're gonna get laid with, and you can use all the excuses like, no one's interested, I'm all about myself, and he just goes, and thus thou art alone. It's like, no, withers. But no matter what excuse you use, he always makes fun of you for being alone. There's no line you can give to him where he won't just like mock you for not getting laid.
Like, no, I chose a solitary life. He's like, sure you did. Sure.
Yeah, of course you did. Doubt. Let's stop it with us.
Nah. Oh god, no, the abomination.
My attacks will tear you apart.
So Withers is so great. I love as well like he's programmed to just like be unkillable.
Oh no! Oh, I was laughing at someone stuck in the floor and died.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Carl, can you just like chat shit with people for a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm just gonna go get myself another drink. I'm getting shot at.
Pause the game, quick.
We're paused. I'm gonna put up some lovely sausages for everyone.
No problem. My maximum sausage. Maximum the sausage.
Max that sausage out.
Nothing better.
So I'll leave everyone with some sausages and with Karl. But
I like that. I don't mind that.
yeah, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't worry.
Like hell, goddamn, yeah. Like Baldur's Gate 3 continues being just like the video game. Like speaking to a friend earlier about like, man, like it's video games back in the day did not used to respect your time. And it's like I'm really glad like, games nowadays they're a bit like shorter. So yeah, it's really nice to have something to play in between Baldur's Gate 3 runs. Like it's nice that I can just like e-part like a game of something like while I'm just like playing Baldur's Gate 3. If people haven't played, go play it. It's like the best. And the sausages. It's powerful. I get to see Cade soon. Can't wait. Go to visit Lucas and it's like, let's go get like the Cade action. Fucking hell, like, I do appreciate just the absolute unit that is Oryx. Like when you're describing like dogs as just like units, like you know things are getting real. £1,000 worth of war. That's a lot of Warhammer. My only context for Warhammer is like mine and Luke's mutual friend who just gets it for free because they work for Games Workshop. And I asked him, I was like, how much is all this worth? And he went, don't even bother asking. Like a shelf that's just worth like tens of like thousands of pounds, no doubt. Some of it's like shit that's either like out of stock or not available anymore. No, yeah, I heard that they give you the discount. I always appreciated that. Like shops where they give you a discount. Is he back?
I tried to be back. You know, like the way the Yeti's mute button just decides to not work sometimes.
Yes.
It's like I always do it of like press unmute, and then I hear the click, and then it doesn't unmute, and you're like,
Like one of the like most frustrating downgrades. Like they consider it to be an upgrade, but like the latest version of the Yeti mic that I have, where it's like, oh, no longer is it a physical button that you press. Instead, you just tap the microphone to turn it off so you don't get that annoying click. But it's like, well, that annoying click is that how I know for sure it's on or off.
True.
The amount of times I've like, while recording, accidentally nudged my microphone and lost like 25 minutes of recording.
Oh right, yeah. See, that's the thing is like when the Elgato like Wave 3 came out, I was like, oh, they've got like capacitive touch on the top, and like you just tap the top of the mic, and then yeah, it's muted and unmuted, and I was like, oh, that sounds a lot better. But yeah, I guess like you don't have that feedback to know that you've definitely done it. There's an upside and a downside either way.
Got trouble.
But it's one of those things where it sounds great right up until it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah. But like, you know, I'm sure loads of people have probably heard like over the times when we've done recordings, and plenty of other creators probably have a similar problem because the Yeti's like the most ubiquitous mic, is like just like clunk as like you press the unmute button.
It's worth it. I'd rather have that. I'd rather know. I would rather know that, like, you know, what I've pressed is working.
Then that's the thing. I say sometimes I press it and it makes the noise but doesn't work, and that's like the worst of both worlds.
Like, you just
like, so you're not working and you disturb me. Got it right. Oh my god, they're flanking me.
It's that nice tactile feedback. That's what it's all about.
I'm also pretty sure that Grunt just was like, ah, dickhead. Yes, Grunt.
But do you know who I am? It's like, do you know that I don't care?
It's like, he's literally an unnamed Krogan. I think that might be one of the scarier things, though, is like, is someone's either super intimidating or super unintimidating when they've got a name like Grunt.
Yep.
Because either they're a grunt like in Halo and they're not like important enough to get a name, or it's like in this game where they are just so efficiently like brutal that they don't care about having a name. The only thing they exist for is murdering.
Lucas, it's the human equivalent of the thing we mentioned right at the start, like the Throngler.
The Throngler,
you can be called like Lord Death Fuck the Third, but it's like someone just comes in. I think it's like a boss fight meme of like someone's called like God King the End Times Dragon or whatever. It's like 400 foot tall. It's gonna be a cutscene where you get like, you know, you shoot it 3 times. If it's just a guy in a hat in the distance called the Captain, that's gonna be the most difficult fight in the entire game.
I still think my favorite one is like, you know, the savior of all of Mass Effect 3, like the end game boss in Mass Effect 3, Marauder Shields.
It's so good.
And we'll obviously get there at some point. But if anyone doesn't know, like, the last enemy you fight in all of Mass Effect 3, because guess what? Like, Mass Effect ends, like, with conversations and cutscenes rather than a boss fight, like it should. The last, like, enemy you fight is just a very regular enemy, and it's just a marauder. And obviously, as we can see with the health bars and stuff, it's like, underneath it has, like, barrier, armor, shields, health. But the first thing that comes up on the last enemy is like Marauder Shields. That people have just named like the end game boss of Mass Effect 3 Marauder Shields.
I love stuff like that where it's like it's completely genuine. It's born out of like a love and enthusiasm for the source material. You can't fake that.
It's just like the last thing you ever fight, Marauder Shields. That's a hell of a line as well. Not like, I will murder you. I am just I am Krogan. Just fear me. It's in this universe, just being a purebred Krogan is like, one of the scariest looking things.
Yeah, it's like he's like 1,000,000% Krogan.
Don't worry, you'll know when we meet Marauder Shield.
Well, that's because we're gonna like play his boss music and everything.
I wonder if like someone's done that. Surely someone on the internet has.
There's gotta be a shit post
made
of him
a
rocking
theme
up.
song for Marauder Shields.
Like just the absolute unit that is.
Oh my god, this Praetorian is like.
My shields are.
Oh! 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 That was so fast. It was my shields.
See, do you know that wouldn't happen to Marauder Shields?
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't happen.
Marauder shields don't go down. 50% Marauder, 50% shields.
I am opening a door on the far side of the
But I just love that one of just like the captain.
Can we just bum rush it? Because Edie was like, I'm opening a door on the other side of the room. It's like, can we just get to the door? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Oh! Yeah, snake, snake, snake. You got eviscerated. Snake!
And that's still like the best way. It's like there's no. You died. It's like snake, snake, snake. It's so funny.
door on the far side of the room.
Just send the black hole in there.
Like figure it out for me.
This should soften them up. It didn't.
I don't know if you heard that then, Karl.
I can't hear it because I'm watching it. Just like
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. Tally were like, this should soften them up. It didn't! And it was like two overlapped voice lines, but it just sounded so good.
oh Matt.
The
Speaking of
immediate, just, it
overlapping-
didn't.
Speaking of like overlapping voice lines, have you seen any footage of that Suicide Squad game?
Didn't work.
I've not been looking at any of the leaks or anything, no.
Just no leaks. The gameplay footage that like they released themselves.
I saw
and it's just,
a preview or two, but I didn't see like anything else.
presumably you saw the screenshot, like the screenshot of like just the most amount of information you've ever like seen.
Oh,
being given.
I watched a couple of previews, like video previews, and the busyness on screen. I play Destiny, and the amount of busyness on that screen, like, even threw me the fuck off.
But the one that gets me is that like it's the problem of your characters have a bunch of like battle chatter, but they repeat the same thing over and over again. So I hope you enjoy hearing this one voice line 40 fucking times.
Yeah.
Man, that's a game that I can't wait to not buy on sale.
The one that I'm kind of like glad people are now kind of getting around to playing is Marvel's Midnight Suns, because like it's been getting a lot of like really big sales lately, and I've been keeping an eye on it, and it was one of those of
This should soften them up.
last year it was like, oh, as soon as it gets cheap I'm gonna buy that game, and now there's like 20 games from last year that I'm also saying that about.
It's just the problem always was, it's like you've got like 15 bits of DLC, because like that's a game where you want to have as many characters as possible. And
Same with
50% of the gameplay is hidden behind it.
Yeah, the exact same thing has happened with me with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, of like none of like the DLC included versions have like ever gone on sale, or none of the DLC has gone on sale with Ultimate Alliance. So like, give me the version with everything on it cheap. Like, and when I say cheap, like I don't mind paying like 40 quid, but like make it the version where I got everything and can like play that game without going like, oh, but there's like 3 season passes worth of characters that like I forgot about that add loads to the gameplay and the story. It's like that is always the issue with those, but like, you know, I would say to anyone that's like, just generally like, oh, I want to play a superhero game. It's like, it sounds like you'd just be better off going and buying like Midnight Suns on the
We
cheap.
need to try something else.
Yep.
Weapons.
Yeah, Shepard's unfortunately disintegrated a couple of times in this fight.
Ah, it's
This
fine. He always comes back.
Praetorian just does not want to go down.
We need to try something else.
I'm all up for it, Tally. You go for it.
Oh man, yeah, Marvel Snap. I played that a little bit until I realised, man, I just stopped caring so quick.
See, I had to
Did
like just uninstall it because I was just playing loads.
That's why I only installed it when I played like 5 matches on the bounce. That was a person using the same deck.
I never really
I
encountered
went,
that
oh.
problem much, to be honest.
I think I
Apart
played
from,
a bit
like-
later than you though.
Yeah, there was like the themed weekends, whereas like, oh, this one build is really good for like the featured like part, you know, location or whatever it was.
It was one of those things where like people would just like hop onto Reddit because it's a card building game, but the actual card building is not that difficult because it's a 12 card deck,
Yeah, yeah.
and a lot of it was like, oh,
Impact shot.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Edie, we got a problem here.
A temporary setback on firewall 3217.
That's the thing is like, just
Rerouting commands through firewall 7164.
it's the moment you get close to this thing, it annihilates you and stuns you into death. But the long range attack it's got also just melts you. So it
Like, it's
focuses
just-
you down. It's like there's not that much I can do really. And the two characters I've got with me are not built for this fight. Like even my power set is not built for this fight either.
We need to try something else.
oh, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah, like playing Spider-Man games is like definitely a good way to scratch that itch of like wanting to go back to Prototype. That's a really good shout. Of like, yeah, Prototype is that very specific feel, but just the feeling that you want out of Prototype is very much gonna just
I have successfully opened a door on the
be
opposite
satiated
wall.
by playing
Keep
the
it open
better
as long as I
Spider-Man.
can.
It's like, yeah, you don't quite get the same power set and stuff, but like in Spider-Man 2, you basically might as well. Fucking hell. With all like the gliding and shit, but just
Down there.
most of
We came in.
Prototype that I enjoy was
Close
just
to the exit.
moving around that world.
The movement in the first one's better, but the
Yeah.
combat in the second is better.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind
the
of
thing.
annoying
Yeah,
that-
is like I want to move around that world in Prototype 1, but the story's not the best. The combat's not great. The mission structure is real
Weapons
repetitive. It's like we when we did a playthrough of it, it's like it's a fantastic 7 out of 10.
Deploying combat.
That's all you need to say.
Direct intervention is necessary.
Oh yes,
Leave the dead where they fall. Assuming control. This
assume that
is
control,
power.
baby.
Like the direct control.
Yes, leaping with like
I've got no shield.
superpowers off buildings is just fun.
It's always the hype
It's
shit.
same with Crackdown. Of like Crackdown was never the best, but like people always had an affinity for Crackdown because guess what? It's just real fun having like a superpowered character in an open world of like a big city and just jumping around. Like I think the moment you nail kind of the movement and momentum of a superhero character in a big open world, you can get away with a lot of the rest of the game not being great.
Yep, because it's just all when it feels good to run around. It's like it feels good to just move around your world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just real like
I will direct this
real
personally.
fun in Spider-Man to just swing around, and that means that like
Combat
a lot of the time you'll just
Harbinger of
find
your
yourself
destiny.
wanting to play that game just to move around that world.
Our
Yep.
power
And
is
same
Every now and
goes
again,
for
like-
like Prototype and Crackdown and stuff. It's like a lot of people see the way through those entire games just because like jumping off those buildings is fun. It's like if you make if you make like the basic mechanics of moving around and interacting with your world fun, a lot of like your main work is done, and like that's why a lot of people put up with like a lot of 7 out of 10 games, because if you can nail that movement and that feeling, then you've done half the problem already. Like you've solved half the problem already.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like another one that people really enjoy. I didn't click with it as much movement wise, but some people really do, is Sunset Overdrive.
I could not start. I did not like that you were basically like just you had to go on the rails that they said you could travel on. It's like
I feel like it's almost as if they were trying to make like a Jet Grind Radio kind of sequel.
yeah, it's closest to the movement. It's why I never liked playing any Infamous games, because it's like all your movement powers where you had to go on railways and stuff like that. You literally felt like you were stuck on a rail.
Or if you went into it, it felt really satisfying to like start accelerating across the rails and then like boost off and then start like doing your little hand glide up to the top of buildings and then jumping around on the buildings. How the fuck did I from that shot? Jesus. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like that's why I mentioned them. Of like, I know that people like Sunset and Jet Set and stuff, they're not games that I necessarily clicked with, but a lot of people did and find that movement and those mechanics really fun.
So personally, it wasn't a game that I enjoyed all that much.
No. Like, I really enjoyed the wackiness of the weapons. But yeah, I just didn't click with the way that he moved around. Oh!
We are assuming control.
I love having slam as an ability, but like in this mission, it's not very useful because so many enemies are like armored and barriered.
You cannot resist. We are your genetic destiny.
Oh god, no. No, I don't want someone to be my genetic destiny.
The shell is only a vehicle.
I already play enough Destiny.
Resist.
Don't want to spin off. Oh no. Oh no. Like, I think I've died more in this one mission than the rest of the game combined.
This Harbinger thing just like absolutely just like whooping your ass.
Yeah, and like these Scions are always a nightmare to deal with as well. Like, these are one of the most unfun enemies to fight in all of Mass Effect.
We are assuming control.
There's a couple of like real bad enemies.
They're just so bullet spongy. And they're considered just like a generic enemy.
Has there ever been like a good bullet sponge enemy? Like, not, and again, you can't say the Hunters.
Hunters?
In Halo.
Oh, right, yeah. They're not really bullet sponges though, because like, the Scions literally just stand there and take hits.
That's why I feel like the Hunters don't count, because they're bullet sponges right up until you learn how to fight them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like super fun. They're one of the funniest enemies.
But if you're not careful
Enemies
enough, they
fight.
can just like slap you out of nowhere and one-shot you, or if you're too close, or like if you're too far away, they can just snipe you with a fuel rod cannon. Whereas these Scions literally just like do the same one, like genetic blast, like biotic blast, sorry, and that's like it. They just stand still. They don't take cover. They do one attack.
I think there's something like incredibly frustrating about enemy types that don't. They just sit out in the open as lazy for a one-hit kill. It's like, really? Fucking really?
What the husks meant to do when you throw them in the air. Just like, oh, I'm gonna run up to you in melee. It's like, well, I'm just gonna throw you into the air instead. What do you say about that? They really can't do very much. The thing is, they're all hanging back a little bit. They're giving me time to recharge my ability. There we go. Everyone equip shotgun. God, this corridor is dark. Holy shit.
We're out of time.
Oh, there we
Commander.
go.
We have
Cutscene's
to go.
happening. Was that? I can't see where I'm going.
The man. Everybody onto the Normandy. Move!
Fucking right. Have we got Karl still?
Yeah, I'm still. I was just
yeah.
listening to. I didn't want to like distract you as you were like
People.
fighting for your life.
I'm gonna make
No,
it
it's all
work.
good.
Like you're out here like, dear God, no.
It's all good. Just playing with my food. It's fine. Yeah, I recently got like a little magnet fidget pen, and I can't find it already. It's just gone to the world.
I always love stuff like that. Like, I got this cool thing. Where is it? I don't know.
Specify a
But
destination.
I actually don't know.
But it should be on my
Anywhere
desk
that's
somewhere.
not
But...
here.
Very well.
Oh, I
Engage
remember.
Mass Effect core.
Over here. Turned into like a little bracelet. It's just like a little bunch of just loads of magnets that you can like, you know, there's little ball ones and little straight ones, and it came as like a little pen, and you can play around and mess with it while you're like on calls and shit. Just a little fidget toy. So like, it's always nice to have. Good.
No wrong with that.
But yeah. The mission summary. What did we actually find here? We gathered intel regarding collectors and the Omega 4 relay. And it's like, with Shepard's escape, Harbinger knows our true capabilities and will have to adopt new tactics. Have to be careful, as Harbinger's information network may rival Cerberus or Shadow Brokers. And it's like, also just remember, like, the important thing to know about this mission is that we got set the fuck up by the Elusive Man.
Yeah, it's like we need to like test like what these things like actual capabilities are. So we're just gonna like send you in. It's like you set me up to die. It's like, no, we thought we need to be okay.
I mean,
yeah,
like, you're Shepard, right? You'll be fine. But I didn't tell you it was a trap. Why not? Well,
you should just say, you know, I've died already, right? Like you found me half dead.
1 sec, I'll just go shut my door. Shut my door. A bit loud. Have some sausages.
Double sausage.
Yeah, no one could have ever seen it coming. A man that refuses to even just say his name and goes by the Elusive Man is like, I wonder whether this guy's good or bad. Or not even good or bad. It's, I wonder whether I can trust this person.
So what's your name? Shut up.
That's true. Never trust anyone that's just the man.
It's just insane. Just don't trust me. And like you should have the options like no fuck you and just immediately leave.
That the Elusive Man's calling you like, it was fine, it worked out.
Shepard, looks like Edie extracted some interesting data before the collector ship came back.
No, they're always great. So please stop.
Yeah, what the hell is going on,
Cut
dude?
the act. You set us up, and you better have a damn good reason for it.
We needed information.
I like how even in the
on Omega
future,
4
like people
relay.
smoke. It's like really.
That
I guess you just get like new
No,
shit.
he's just
collector
vaping.
Data. It was too good an opportunity to pass up.
Do you reckon it's just one of those little like
But
fake
I don't
cigarettes you
like
make as a
surprises,
kid?
especially when my ass is on
I
the
think the
line.
funniest thing about vaping as well is how
Yes,
lame it looks.
But without that information,
like,
we
it
don't
just,
reach the
like,
collector homeworld.
At least smoking, it had that historical thing of like it was like the bad boy look. Vaping, it looks so lame.
And don't forget Edie.
I've never seen anyone who does it who looks cool.
I'm gonna start vaping and make it my goal.
Not to make it look cool.
Like, well, I may have set you up, but you know, I was confident in your abilities. And don't forget the AI. We can trust the AI. So no, you're making it worse.
You have one job: information. If I
Well, let's
can't
go.
trust your intel, you're useless to me.
Fuck yeah.
It's never that simple. You of all people should know that.
I know that I'll be a lot more careful with the collectors and with you.
This is no time for petty grudges. Things are about to get a lot tougher. Edie confirmed our
Actually, they're just
suspicions.
giving like the elusive man the business.
Mm-hmm.
The Reapers and Collector ships use an advanced identify friend-foe system.
No, he's
that
really trying to
relays
chat some shit, and it's like,
recognize.
nah, man.
All we need to do is get our hands on one of those IFFs.
Oh, here it is, yeah. So the IFF mission is the one that,
That's the, yeah.
according to
Do
the
not
guides
do
that we
it.
looked at, is like, do not do the IFF mission unless you are ready to never do any more side questing. It's like, okay, cool.
I'm guessing you have a plan.
We have a science team working on a derelict Reaper right now. I need you to go and pick up its IFF.
But one day I will. I'm not going to watch that Silent Hill like new game, but I'm going to watch like a stream of it.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to like look up just a compilation of it all, because I really want to know what the man doing like harvesting berries at 2 a.m. was doing in that forest.
It's the things about like Joe. I think they got pointed out this. It sounds like AI, and they're like, no, it's not. It's like, so why is it directed bad?
Yeah, why is just like random dude in forest harvesting berries in the middle of the night walk up, go, hey, I'm harvesting berries. I'm going to go now. I'm just harvesting berries, and walks away and is never seen again. Like, that sounds like some real day one AI scripting.
So the one that like got me is like if you go on Amazon and just search for "I'm legally not allowed to say that due to copyright reasons," you get a bunch of like responses on Amazon of people like getting AI to write the titles for their crappy knockoff products.
Where'd you find a
Oh,
derelict
God.
Reaper?
An Alliance science team recently determined that the Great Rift...
I will say though, Lucas, you should probably play Baldur's Gate now because they released an update so you can get Minthara in your party without having to like murder everyone.
Oh, did they release an update where you can do crossplay? No, I didn't think so.
No, okay.
Fuck
Well,
'em. Put 'em in.
The one thing about like the evil route is that you get Minthara in your party. It's like they released it, and I got the line that put me on my ass. Where later in the game you find like a clown, but like it turns out it it's the guy in disguise as a clown. He's trying to kill you, and once you kill him, like Minthara just says, "Huh, pity. I thought we killed a real clown." And just that put me on my ass. Of just Minthara being like, I thought I killed a real clown.
God.
It's so good. It's such a good line
But
reading.
yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we found a Reaper just like trapped in the gravity of a brown dwarf and derelict. It's fine. Trust us.
I saw what
Gonna be
Sovereign
fine.
did to the Citadel fleet. Hard to imagine anything could stop something that powerful.
This vessel is a relic from a battle waged while mammals
Great.
took their first steps.
But you
on
need to
Earth.
play it, mate. Like
There's no
Minthara, of course,
choice.
is like an entirely new game. We've got a new member of our party who's
Their
commenting on
key
everything.
moment of
I mean,
And
defiance
she's so
has to
fucking
be
dumb.
like
I love
You
it.
don't need to convince me. The only thing that needs to happen is crossplay.
Yep, but it's not going to happen.
Well, they've said it's coming.
Eventually, but not right now.
Well, they said it was a priority, quote unquote. But it's like, okay, so why haven't you spoke about it since you've released the other platform? Like, you'd think the one thing that they have a prepared statement on when they release the Xbox version is, do you know that crossplay that you said was coming? Like, when do you think that'll happen? Now that it's on 3 different platforms, you think they might have, like, said something, but it's been, what, over a month now?
Yeah.
Come on. Just say, look, we know that you all want crossplay. It's a priority. But it might be ready in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year. It might be 3 years. Give me just a time period.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll keep asking. Keep asking every day.
I only believe you
Let's
because
keep
I
getting the
doubt you'll
business.
repeat yourself so soon.
It's no less a risk, Shepard. We lost contact with Dr. Chandana's team shortly after they boarded. Initial reconnaissance revealed no clues, and it was too risky to commit more resources. But now we need that IFF. I'll forward the coordinates.
It's going to be like the new thing, like the Gabe Newell thing of like every time someone asks for like
Where's
Half-Life 3,
Easier going
just like delay it for another day.
Tell the crew to assemble. We've got a lot to
I love that
talk
that's not
about.
a shit post. That's something
Of
Gabe
course,
Newell
Shepard.
actually said.
It's one of those weird things, though, of they released Half-Life Alyx and apparently it sets up for Half-Life 3 again. And it's like, now they've got 2 games that end with Half-Life 3 being set up, and they're like, get wrecked.
Could have fooled me.
I respect it.
Lied to us, used us, needed access
Like,
to
he will
collector
never,
database.
like, you know, match up to what
Necessary
people
risk.
have in their head, so what's the point?
Mm-hmm. That's the weird thing of, like, just... Well, apparently everyone involved is kind of like, they're not split into, like, you know, they're not separated into teams when they're hired or, you know, exist in the company. It's just, if you're excited about a project, go work on it. And I guess it's like one of those things, just maybe everyone's just afraid at this point to even try to live up to those expectations and release it.
Well, yeah. The thing is, well, it's been out, like, you know, it's been so long that I guarantee you people will be like, it's not aged well. Even though, like, that's what Half-Life Bomb has aged, like, exceptionally well. But you'd never get that.
No, like, you know what? Just release Half-Life Alyx again, like Half-Life Alyx 2, Electric Boogaloo, and just set up Half-Life 3 even fucking harder and never pay it off.
Just keep doing it. I want more.
The two things that will never happen in my lifetime is like crossplay and Baldur's Gate and One Piece actually ending. That's like, I don't even want One Piece to ever end. Like, it's one of those things that after this much One Piece, I'd rather continue just getting cool stories in that world than ever like actually see it end, because like as good as the ending could ever be, again, is it ever going to live up to the potential of like hype that people have after over 1,000 episodes?
Yep.
Is there ever going to be any ending ever written that could like actually live up to 20 plus years of anticipation?
It would have to be the single heart, like, best landing anyone's ever stuck.
Mm-hmm. And even if it is, it would still be hard to like live up to the people's expectations.
Yep.
Yeah, we are in the final saga, but what does that even mean? It's like, does that mean the final arc? Does that mean like I'm gonna keep going till I'm bored? Does that mean, you know, we've got another 500 episodes in us?
You try something like that again.
The final 1,000, like that was just Act 1.
Edie,
Now
are
we're
you
in
sure
Act
this
2. Let's go.
is gonna work?
My analysis is accurate, Shepard. I have also determined the
So
approximate
imagine if it, like,
location of the collector home
imagine the
world
balls
based on
if, like, it's
navigational
like
data from
at the
their
end of
vessel.
like One Piece, it said end of part 1. And, do you know if it was like Attack on Titan, where it's like, and coming soon is the final season, part 2. Then it had like the final part of the final part. Imagine if it just kept doing that.
That's the thing, is the last arc of One Piece had 3 distinct acts in it. It literally came up like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And each of them was like 100 or something episodes apart.
Yeah.
And that was one arc. And it's like, to me personally, I think, you know, I don't think it's that controversial to say in terms of the anime. I think it'd be better like taking a couple of years off making the anime to let the manga get far enough ahead where they can like not be padding each one out with like a bunch of recap like in Wano, because like it was only 300 episodes long because they were trying to essentially keep up to like, you know, week to week with the manga, which is always a bad thing for pacing wise and stuff. It's like, yeah, just, man, it would just be better if they like took a couple of years off and then just, you know, actually paced the episodes out a bit neater again. But obviously that's never gonna happen because One Piece is like this, like, it's like Pokemon, isn't it? Of like, it's this machine that cannot stop now at this point.
No, there's too much. There's too much at stake.
Mm-hmm.
Better run the diagnostics, Joker. Looks like our AI's got a bug in the software.
My calculations are correct. The collector homeworld is located within the galactic
There you
core.
go.
Yeah.
Like, you look so evil.
The
I love
core is
it.
just black holes and exploding suns. There are no habitable planets there.
Could be an artificial construction, space station protected by powerful mass
Like,
effect fields and.
You know, if
radiation
you're gonna
shields.
hide
The
somewhere,
collectors don't have that kind of technology.
it's a pretty good place to hide. Like the center of the galaxy.
But no one ever goes there. It's like you think they're on the outskirts of the galaxy. It's like, no, I'm in the middle.
It's like the place where people think it's just black holes and exploding suns. It's like, that sounds like a good place to hide. It's that Loki thing of like Loki season 1, isn't it? Of like, well, where the fuck do you hide if like your entire existence is flagged by our systems? It's like, well, in the apocalypse.
Yeah, places
Hide
where
in the
like,
apocalypse, yeah.
by default, no fucker goes, because why would you go there? Like, why would we like keep tabs on a point in like fixed time where just everything's going to explode?
Mm-hmm.
Who gives a shit?
Yep.
No wonder nobody's ever returned from a trip through the Omega-4 mass relay.
The logical conclusion is that a small safe zone exists on the far side of the relay, a region where ships can survive. Standard relay transit protocols would not allow safe
That's
transport.
how you do it.
Drift of
The
several
genius.
thousand kilometers is common.
And that's one thing I find
fascinating
fascinating in terms of
must trigger the relay to
like,
use more
yeah,
advanced encrypted protocols.
a Mass Effect relay will send you to a specific point, but there is like, as I said, drift within like it will get you within like an area of several thousand kilometers, which in space is very accurate. But when the point of space that you're launching into is just full of black holes, you don't want to be a few thousand kilometers off.
Because that could be the difference between like landing like where you wanted to go and just be no.
Or just in a black hole. So we need to build our team.
Just because we can follow the collectors through the relay.
This is the IFF. This is the mission you're not supposed to do, right?
Go after them until I know we're ready.
Yeah, I don't want to go after it until we're ready.
I say, why wait?
It's a derelict Reaper. What if the collectors are waiting for us? We may want to build up our team before we take that kind of risk.
Stick with building a team. No, yeah, what I need to think about it.
Continue to build up the team or go investigate the derelict Reaper.
Yeah, because that way you can like walk away and then go do like 40 missions.
Whatever you decide, we're with you.
I mean, like, I do think that, yeah, that's one thing I've thought of before, is like, it would be cool because like the very opening of One Piece's very first episode, it's not spoilers, is like, oh, Gold Roger, like Gold D. Roger, he wanted to begin like a new pirate era, so on his execution grounds, he's, you know, said, I have left all my treasure in one place, it's called the One Piece, go out there and go find it. Hence why an entire generation of pirates begins. A new generation. And it's like, I would love it if the very end of One Piece was just Luffy doing the exact same thing.
That'd be so good.
And it just restarts the One Piece story, like, of just Luffy being like, no, you know what? I've got the One Piece, and, like, you know, I'm older now. I'm ready to start a new generation of pirates. Like, I have left the One Piece somewhere, go and find it. So I always thought that would be a really fun way of dealing with it, of like, just, fuck it, restart the whole story. And it doesn't have to, like, you don't actually have to write another 1,000 episodes of One Piece. It just implied that another cool story then follows it.
Yeah, it's like he realizes that the real treasure was the stories and adventures we had along the way.
And that is all One Piece is, basically, like, is that the entire anime is like, it's about the friends and family you found along the way.
Yep.
And that's, you know, the usual kind of story of, like, a lot of that, you know, those kind of animes and stuff. But yeah, it's just a great story trope, and I would just love it if it was like, fuck it, we're ending the story the exact way we began it, and we're starting the cycle anew again. And then it would be the perfect excuse to like to start watching One Piece again and pretend that like there's a new Luffy.
That's just absolutely the genius.
It's like, thank goodness for Edie. Fuck Edie. Fuck AI.
Away without any help from an AI.
I'm sure you're right. You seem to do the impossible. But still, the elusive man made sure Edie was installed for this mission. Now I see why. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Tally seems very distraught after receiving a
Oh man,
message.
Withers,
Maybe you could
like,
check
give
in
me
on
the
her down in
business. Like,
engineering.
stop it, Withers.
Samara would like to see
Oh,
With the
Tally
no
and
sex.
Samara want to see us.
Anything else, Commander?
That'll be
Good
all.
talk to them. How they
I'll be
doing?
here if you need anything.
Like, everyone wants to give us their loyalty missions. Also, you know, we're talking about like Pokemon stuff, Carl.
Yes.
And like how the DLC has so much in it of like just quality of life stuff.
Of course, yes.
Tell
me more.
It's really funny because like I discovered it's like, oh, there's a new duplication glitch, and I was like, well, there's that fresh start mochi that resets all your EVs, but it's hidden behind like a random chance of getting it after completing the minigame.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so I guess I'll just go like use the duplication glitch on that. Fuck it. Like, it's random chance after doing an annoying minigame to get one of them. Like, I can't be arsed. And the duplication glitch is also only doable in, like, the DLC area. And I'm just like, oh god. Even, like, the duplication glitch is being locked behind DLC now. Oh, it's so funny.
You couldn't make it up.
No. We have fed the fish, do not worry. Like, we hadn't been able to do it until now, so it's been redeemed.
The fish have been fed, do not worry.
Yeah, it just I love that. It's just like it's obviously not something they intended. Like, they didn't sit there and go, aha, we'll make like a new dupe glitch possible, but only in the DLC. But it just adds to like the extra fuck you. Yeah. Because like, that's the annoying thing, is like there's a couple of things in Dawn Valley where it's like, oh yeah, perfect, like fresh start emoji of like reset all the EVs. Like, that's an item that's not been a thing really, like as one item in the game before. And
Yeah, it's always
super
like a
useful.
thing of like,
it was like you had to go to the auction and hope that the right berries were on auction, and then pay over the odds for a handful of them, and then like hope that you would even win the auction, and yeah, you'd get like no berries from it basically. It was super annoying. And then they're finally like, and now we've made an item that just does it in one big go, because we realized how much of like a ball aid we've made it. And yeah, it turns out that it's just like a random chance reward when you complete a mini game that takes like 5 to 10 minutes to do, and it's
not great, is it?
I have seen Patcher Run. I haven't completed the DLC yet, so I haven't gone and done the epilogue, but I have seen Patcher Run. It looks fine. It's like, I like the idea of basing a Pokemon on a berry. That's a cool like idea for a Pokemon. It's weird for like a mythical Pokemon, but yeah. Because it's based on like the Pecha berry, which heals poison, and it's like a ghost poison Pokemon. And it's like, oh, there's like a mythical Pecha berry and stuff. It's like, it's cool. But again, it's a mythical Pokemon, so I'll get it and then put it in my Pokemon home forever and never touch it.
The classic, like, into the box.
Yeah.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I may need your help.
It's like, into the box you go, never to be used ever again.
The Admiralty Board has
What a
accused
shame.
me of treason.
I like as well the fact that Tally in this costume gets like a visor added into like the inside of the glass on a helmet. Is that, oh no, even Tally can't escape the visor.
You've got a visor inside of her visor.
Yeah.
Like, which is kind of wild, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it because you're working with Cerberus?
I'm not working with Cerberus.
But
I'm
I'm
working with
sure.
you. And I got leave
And
to
yeah,
serve
Tally's
on
been
Normandy
like
again.
charged
I have
by a
no idea
homeworld
what
for
they're accusing
treason
me
or
of.
whatever.
You'd think I would remember
This is my
that they
favourite
traded
mission. Like, I do distinctly recall having Legion before this moment.
I don't know that that's possible, but like, you may also be able to, because I think you're allowed to do like a couple of missions after the IFF before like shit hits the fan. It's just that
That's
basically
presumably
you basically put on like a mission timer after the IFF mission.
It's presumably that's what I did then, and just that's why like I always fucking failed this.
Yeah.
What happens when a Quarian is accused of treason?
There's a
Oh, Jesus Christ, that ability sounds annoying as fuck, though.
Which one?
Apparently, whenever the new Pokemon poisons or badly poisons something, it confuses it as well.
Oh, okay.
The punishment
Great.
for treason is exile. If they convict me, I can never go back.
I like that. I'm being, like, punished for treason. I might never be able to go back to my homeworld. It's like we can't afford a delay tally. You signed up for a suicide mission. You're probably not going back anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, spoilers.
So you have no idea why they're accusing you?
None. The specifics of charges like this
But
are
we're
rarely
really sorry,
discussed
Tally,
on
but
open
you're not
channels.
making it back.
I won't
It's like,
know
yeah.
any more until I get to the flotilla.
You're probably gonna die anyway. Don't worry about it.
It's cute that you think you are, but come on.
What happens if you're convicted?
Like I said, exile. The specifics are up to the judges. If it's deemed only a tragic mistake in judgment, the guilty
bless.
party might receive a small ship and supplies. Not that it really matters. Either way,
Yeah, it's
if I'm
nice to hear that they
convicted,
haven't just
I'll
like
never see the
done
migrant fleet
another
again.
Pokemon that's like, hey, big power.
It's nice. Like, defensive Pokemon always get shat on because like people want the big numbers. So, you know, I do appreciate in that sense. It just sounds infuriating.
Entirely. Like, that's the thing is, like, but is it more infuriating than just coming across, like, Landorus Therian again? It's like, probably not.
No.
Yeah, it's not Urshifu, it's not Landorus Therian.
How often is someone from the fleet
It's not
charged with
fucking
treason?
Fluttermane.
It's rare. It must be something that affects the entire flotilla, not just one ship. The most recent one was Anora Vanya Vasilani, an engineer who handed
Poison
over
Urshifu,
fleet
imagine
defense
that.
schematics to the Batarians.
Could you defeat Poison
She
Urshifu,
had good
Lucas?
intentions. The Batarians were
Like,
Thing
could
is,
it be-
Urshifu's toxic enough without being a
they
poison
passed the
type.
defense
Like,
schematics
could
to a
such an
pirate
opponent be
gang.
defeated? I think not.
Was she convicted?
No, she made a suicide run on the pirate gang. She destroyed them before they could attack the fleet. She was pardoned posthumously. Let's hope I don't have to prove
Alright,
my
got
innocence
it.
that way.
Got number one right. Nailed it. Let's move on. No more Pokemon.
That'd be weird. Like, just imagine if the next Pokemon starts removing
Okay.
Pokemon from the game. I'd
Let's go
respect
find
that.
Look, they've removed like 50
I was going to
Pokemon because
book
they've removed
passage on
Mega
another ship.
Pokemon.
I
Great.
didn't think there would be time
Dex
for me
it.
to help.
I love it when
Like,
it's
you-
like,
Thank you, Shepard.
oh yeah, we've removed
I'll
Mega
program the
Pokemon, we've
Norman
removed
at the
Gigantamax
flotilla's current
forms,
location.
and
The Admirals
like
will be
obviously
waiting for
like
us.
they'll remove Terra from this one, which means like is next generation is Terrapagos like not got its gimmick anymore. So its entire gimmick is just it does like the weird stellar terrorization, terrestrialization. It's like, does that mean that it can't do its entire gimmick that it was based around? Like, does it just no
Guessing so.
longer exist as a Pokemon? But yeah, just the fact that people have got like actual gimmick forms of Pokemon, like Mega Pokemon or Gigantamax forms, that like are some of their favorite forms of Pokemon, like big giant fat Pikachu, and they're never going to be able to see them ever again.
Big giant fat Pikachu is fucking top tier, and I don't
It
care
is.
what says.
Yeah. Don't miss Mega Mewtwo's. Two Mewtwo. Like, no. I don't miss them, but I do miss like Mega Banette and Mega Beedrill and just like shitty Pokemon that are never ever gonna get glanced at ever
Yeah.
again.
It was
But
the
they
only-
had
the
cool
only,
Mega
like, one
forms,
we
and
got.
now they're just gone. It's like, like this poor like Banette that thought it was finally relevant again. It had its moment in the spotlight. And then they were like, but we need to sell a new gimmick next gen. Sorry, bye.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lol, get wrecked. Mega
Like, it's just
Beedrill's
so
like,
dumb.
nah, I was powerful.
Beedrill just starts slowly floating away. It's like Beedrill's one of those Pokemon where you could straight up just delete it from the game and no one would give a shit.
Like, the thing is, you say that, but like, obviously a lot of people are
People would
fucking
care, but
Gen 1ers, but like, even when we go, like, no one gives a shit about Finneon, and there's someone always in the comments like, hey, Finneon's my favourite Pokemon, leave it alone. It's like, it's fucking Finneon! Who gives
baffles me.
shit? It's like, it's generic fish from, like, the 4th generation of games, where every single one of them had the generic fish.
In a way, though,
how many more generic fish do you need? How many more, like, Pidovs do you need before you are satiated people?
In a way, though, I do kind of respect, like, Finneon. It's so shit. It's so shit that it goes all the way around to being, like, doubly not shit.
Mm.
It's alright.
But it doesn't do it well enough to be like Bidoof.
Yeah, because Bidoof is, like, mega shit.
Mm-hmm.
Using the information you obtained, I have
It's like Trubbish. It's like Trubbish goes all the way around. I fucking love Trubbish because it's just a bag of trash. And it's so shit, but I love it. But it's like when it's like Swanner.
Which is back. I love it.
I like Ducklet, because Ducklet's got a bit of charm, but now Ducklet doesn't exist in my brain because Quaxley.
Yep.
It's like they just outgraded Ducklet. It's like, sorry Ducklet, you've been upgraded now. Just shunted into the distance. And it's like, oh, like, you know, who gives a shit if we never saw Seal and Dugong ever again? But there'll be someone out there like me, I really care. It's Seal. Calm down. Always gets me.
It's always so fun.
Tell me about her.
She is an Ardot Yakshi. It is a term from a
Someone's always like, it's my favorite.
It means demon of the night winds.
That is so cool.
She is simply a very dangerous woman who kills without mercy.
So yeah, she's an Ardot Yakshi, which is essentially the Asari equivalent of being a fucking succubus.
Oh, like, yeah, she just absorbs, like, your pain.
Yeah, so she's, like, hunting down this woman that is an Asari succubus. It's like, yeah, she'll sleep with you, and then you'll die.
So is an
you know what, though?
Yakshi
Fucking worse.
kind of murder?
Morin suffers a rare genetic disorder. When she mates with you, there is no gentle melody.
Like, that to me just sounds like a challenge.
Oh, God.
She overpowers yours, burns it out, hemorrhages your brain. You end up a mindless shell, and soon after, you are dead.
Like, yeah, because Asari mind meld with people to mate. But when you're an Ardot Yakshi, you basically, you mate so hard that you burn the other person out and kill them.
Again, sounds hot.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Quaxley is the fuckboy duck, yeah. The fucker duck. And then, the thing is, it's like a really wholesome evolution of, like, it goes from fuckboy to, like, carnival dancer.
Yeah. He's just going through a phase.
Yeah. Yes, like, it goes absolutely fabulous as fuck.
So you hunt down these Asari just because they're born with a genetic condition?
It manifests with maturity. When one is diagnosed, she is offered the chance to live in seclusion and comfort. If she refuses, it shows her addiction to the ecstasy she gets from killing her mates. There is no redemption for such a person.
Yeah, it's like, fair enough. Like, that's a really, like, you know, I was about to say humane, but I guess, like, whatever the Asari version of humane is, it's like, that's a really nice way of dealing with things and very pragmatic of, like, oh, you cannot be trusted because if you mate with people, you'll murder them. So what we'll do is let you live your life, like, you know, on our homeworld in isolation. And if then you refuse, then you essentially become, like, a person that needs to be hunted down.
Yeah, it's like, we can trust you, like, not to kill people. Like, we'll put you on a planet full exclusively of people you can't kill.
But if you then go, like, full serial killer mode, then we need to do something about it.
Yeah, we might have to, like, sort some shit out, yeah.
They have to choose between prison and death.
It is an addictive condition. Remember how adaptive we are. If Morinth does not want to be cured, she won't be.
Isn't she only deadly to
But
the
yes,
people
this
she
will have
makes?
been referenced in
Each
at
time
least
she
a
kills,
Fat Fiend video
she
or
becomes
Wiki Weekends video or whatever.
smarter and faster.
For sure.
And she's been doing this for 400 years.
And yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Confuses her victims, twists their feelings. They will do anything for her favor.
Like, oh, every time she gets a kill, it powers her up. And she's been doing this shit for 400 years.
Oh man, she spent her 20s getting laid.
She spent her early 200s getting absolutely everything.
Yeah. I'm so strong.
Like, that's
I'm
400
so
years of just absorbing people's power. They do get overwhelmed by the power of boners. That's the thing. The Asari are already a breed that essentially are as sexy as possible to you. And then on
like
top of that,
coded.
they get, like, there are certain ones that can just, like, power up by seducing you.
Just hard-coded into their DNA to be as fuckable as possible.
But yes, there is an end game, I suppose, where Shepard just chooses to be like, fuck it, let's try it. And yeah, it's a game over. Like, you can do it. You can get killed by the power of boners.
So I said, like, what they should do is they should have, like, a couple of choices like that in the game where you can absolutely fuck it up and die, and you get brought back to life again by, like, Cerberus. But if you do it too many times, they just leave you dead, and it's a critical fail. Like, you should be able to do it, die, and then get, like, unique voice lines. Like, did you really think you wouldn't die?
Yeah. It's that thing of, like, yeah, but I might be the exception. It's like, you're not Shepard.
It's like, yeah, but what if I am?
But yeah, that's the thing, is like, yeah, Morinth is actually Samara's daughter.
You said this is genetic. How many children do you have?
3. And 3 Ardat Yakshi are in existence today.
Oh, that's rough.
It is as it sounds. Morinth was always
Oh,
the
it cut
wild
itself
one.
off.
She was happy.
He loves
and
it.
free.
It's like, it's a genetic condition. And Samara's like, yeah, I had 3 kids. There's only 3 Ardat Yakshi in the universe. All 3 of them are mine. Oh man, that's rough. There's only 3 succubi in the universe, and you made all 3 of them.
I needed to know this a long time ago.
I present no danger to anyone besides my own children. And this is not easy to speak of, even 400 years after I learn. My daughter's condition is my fault.
Let's go.
And my redemption lies in killing her. Do not pity me. Simply understand my situation.
Simply understand my situation? No.
How did all this happen?
No.
It's a rough thing that is like, you know, I've got a horrible, because it's like, you know, there's nothing I can do, but it's not my fault. It's like, what about that?
I learned so much, experienced so much, and then my matron days came. I could finally sit back, bask, and enjoy my family.
Because that's the
But in
thing
one
is, like,
it was all
as
taken
they
away.
say, gets diagnosed as an adult, presumably you only find out when you actually have sex with someone.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the time that she found out, she'd already had 3 kids. So, like, it's not even like you had 1 and then went, oh no, she was born this way, I guess I'll stop. It's like, no, by the time the Asari reach maturity, because it's like, that could take, like, I think it's like over 100 years.
Yep.
I think, like, Liara was considered a young adult at, like, 150. Like, no, she'd already had 3 kids before realizing, like, oh, I'm putting these sex demons into the world.
Sounds terrible.
It's like, you can't blame that. It's like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I learned that nothing was as I thought it would be. I gave up all that I possessed. I own nothing, claim nothing. All my knowledge will die with me. Now my purpose is to destroy my own children.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. when it's just, yeah, everything I owned, everything I lived for is gone, and now I've got one objective left in the world, and it's to destroy my own kids.
Because I need to stop him from like the thing is though, like that shepherd like in the shadows of the glowing eyes, like, yes, I'll help you accomplish this.
It's not, oh no, we need to make sure that none of these terrible demons live in the world. As just like demonized shepherd is like, I like the idea of just we should get back to work now.
Yeah, thank you for telling me this. I will not take any of it into account.
Those moments change you.
And I've hundreds of years left to live with that. I say too much. Forgive me.
Hey, that's always that
Help me
line, isn't
find
it, of
my lost daughter and kill her.
If there's time, maybe we can go to Omega.
it's that thing, you know, no parent wants to live long, like, no parent wants to outlive their child, sorry. And he's like, it's not even just that she has to outlive her children, it's that she has to hunt 3 of them down throughout the galaxy and murder them.
And not every parent wants to outlive their kids, some of them want to make sure it happens.
Yeah, and that's the thing is there's so much in like this trilogy of games where it's like, oh, like, yeah, this is a world, like, this is a galaxy, this is a universe, this feels like it's its actual own thought out thing of like, how many times in Star Wars do you have like a conversation about something that deep?
There's nothing in that universe that's deep. Like I said, we make fun of it all the time. People always get mad.
Star Wars we use as an example because like
it's the most well known. Yeah,
it's just a very easy thing to talk about because everybody knows what it is. Like, yeah, is that if we start talking about more obscure things that also don't have the same level of sci-fi building, it's like a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but I don't get the comparison because I don't know about it. Everyone knows about Star Wars.
So that's the thing I always say about how many like creatures or things in Star Wars is just like a thing with shit on their face. It's just a human painted green.
And that's the thing is because obviously they're all modeled around the same model and skeleton. All of our party are all different types of aliens that are human-shaped bipedal aliens, like, but none of them feel like humans because they all have their own cultures and differences and desires and biologies and ways of talking and thinking and expressing themselves. Like, just, you know, compare a conversation with Samara to Mordin. With, like, the way that she's so slow and thoughtful in all of her, the ways that she speaks, and Mordin's, like, you know, it's just like he's shotted 18 monsters down his nostril.
Which the thing I always say is, like, no one in the Star Wars universe feels like an alien. They're just a person painted a different colour.
Then you just got the Hanar.
Yeah.
It's like they don't need to be a party, so they can just be cool Hanar.
It was always just someone who like says, well, no, it's like no one feels alien. It's like, what makes Darth Maul an alien besides the fact he's got shit stuck to his face? What about Darth Maul like necessitates him being like the weird race of spiky face people? Not a legitimate question. Is there anything about his character that
like,
is informed
no,
by
I laugh
the fact
because like
he's an alien?
I agree, and it's it's like if he was just, oh, that's a human that really likes to paint his face black and red.
Would he be a different character?
Like, no.
No. He would be the exact same character. Him being an alien is entirely, wholly incidental to his characterization.
Like, why does Plo Koon have that like cool mask on his face? We'll never know.
No, he doesn't need it. It doesn't matter. And the closest he ever gets that is Jar Jar Binks. Weird enough. Because they actually explain his race. That he's a Gungan, they all live underwater.
And they actually have some form of like really poorly stereotyped culture.
Yep.
It's like, you know what, though? He really likes money and gambling. It's like, I'm not sure how great a culture that is, but he's got a culture, I suppose.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like that. What did when you like break something down? It's like, what did they mean by this? It's like George Lucas, great character with a giant nose who only cares about money and is a slave driver.
It's like, oh.
Like, what did George Lucas mean by this? Yeah, that's the question you've got to ask yourself. Like, when you see like an alien like Star Wars, like does them being an alien, like go watch the Ahsoka show and ask yourself, at any point does the fact that Ahsoka's an alien matter to the story?
Mm-hmm.
Does it offer any interesting thing? Like it's like no, it doesn't.
Immediately, every single party member I can think of in Mass Effect, like being alien, is some part of their character.
Yeah.
Fucking Rex died because he was an alien.
Yep.
Like, is Ahsoka under threat from like one of the people on her ship because like they don't like aliens? No.
It always makes it so well because like the Empire are like space racist, but it never really comes up.
Mm-hmm.
They never like it's never like a thing of like because the Empire is entirely humans, like, but it's never an issue. Or it's like it's never a thing that they use as like justification for what they do.
Right, so let's set ourselves next to Chachanka.
That's what we were trying to do today.
Yeah, well, let's just fly to Chachanka and we'll save on there.
Again, yeah, let's go.
Like, the collector ship just came in, and for those watching, I will be taking a week off next week. It's my birthday.
Week.
I do normally do a birthday stream of some sort, but I'm gonna give that a miss this year because like I'm just really busy over my birthday week this year, so I'm just taking a week off.
On a Sunday, which is a day you don't normally stream.
But even that, like, so it's just like from Friday to like the Sunday after, I'm basically busy for almost 10 days straight, basically. So it'll be nice and fun, but it just means I won't have much time to stream.
Of course.
So I'm just gonna take a bit of time off and get going. Hopefully, like I can get back on top of like actually releasing these because they're all exported onto YouTube and stuff and waiting to go live. It's just that like I was trying to get ahead for Christmas to take time off, and now I'm trying to get ahead on editing for taking time off to take this next week off. So just all one of those of like I'm very always muddled and busy and out of routine during December and January.
Everybody is that.
I guess I'm just like especially so because I follow up Christmas like 3 weeks later with wanting another week off for my birthday.
Nothing wrong with that. It's like it's your birthday. Do what the fuck you want.
I hope it's my 30th.
No, you'll be what? 31, 32 now.
32.
You'll be 32. Oh, I'll be 33, mate. I'm not happy.
We're always the same age for like a week and a half.
That's it. Yeah, I'm just bad at ages. I don't want to accept that I'm 33. I'll be 33 in like 3 weeks. It's like goddamn, I'm not happy about this.
No, we'll obviously take Grunt because we're going to Changa. And our 2 loyalty missions are Grunt and Mordin. So let's go.
There we go. Perfect. Okay, doing one go.
Yeah, why not? I get cryo blast.
Which will be incredible.
The deep cryo blast. Get a massive. Some big old cryo. Don't say 26 is old. No, that's not allowed.
I did feel like that's that hilarious thing. It's just like Gen Zers on TikTok are like, I don't want to be 30, so they're getting plastic surgery like at 18. It's like it's just gonna make you look 40 when you're 30.
What?
You're gonna look so fucking haggard if you start doing it. It's like people getting like lip fillers and stuff now.
Oh my
when they're
God.
18, it's like you'll look so fucking haggard when all that shit wears off.
Like, look at celebrities who got work done when they were like in their 40s and how they look in their 50s and 60s, and you want to do it when you're like 20. Like, that's a bad idea.
The weirdest one is like people getting buccal fat removal, which is like that's the thing. Like, because it gives you like a baby face. It's like, but that means you look young.
The good old Matt Rife tech.
I still love how he says he hasn't like had any plastic surgery.
He reckons it's just been puberty, and you look at a picture from like him 3 years ago to now, it's like that is not puberty, mate. I just developed late in my 30s. It's like, no, you.
It's like he's not funny, but one of the funniest things I've like seen is like a response to him of like he looks like he tried to eat an iPad. And he hates that.
Carl, he's
and he blocks all over it.
he's just too attractive. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, people can't find him funny anymore because he's just too hot.
He's one of the weirdest things was he got his audience primarily from like women,
and then just
and
shot all over them immediately on his special.
And became like a dude bro, but it's like, but none of the dude bros like you because you're like weird.
Yeah, it's like now no one likes him. It's fine. You know what? That's probably like the way that the world is balanced out. Is like nobody should like him.
Oh man. I just love that everyone responds to him just like sending that picture when he was younger, and it's like that's all you need to do. Don't even make fun of him.
Yeah.
Just sending that picture. It's like you're a comedian, bro. Get over it.
And then it was like that plastic surgeon that wasn't his plastic surgeon that implied he wasn't a TikTok joke, and he got so salty that it's like, well, that pretty much confirms the plastic surgery rumors then, yeah. Because if it wasn't true, then you wouldn't have got so salty about this guy, and like he sent like a cease and desist to him or something.
The best example of that is like someone like GB News earlier. Someone there's like weird like right wing flag shaggers. And someone just started like, oh yeah, I went to school with this guy and he got caught trying to have a wank under the table in science class. And the guy's like sent him a thing of like, I will sue you for this. And he's like, try it. Who the fuck do you know I am? I'm random person on Twitter number 4.
Oh dear.
They just like retweet it and just tagged him in it and say that was you in school touching your pud.
What is it like? The Streisand effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the more you try to like just quell the rumors and send fucking cease and desist to plastic surgeons having a joke and stuff, it's like the more you just confirming it all, the more you're just making us all talk about it. Oh dear. But yeah, thank you all for joining. We'll be having the rest of the week will be like usual. It'll just be like, you know, next Monday, Tuesday, Thursday I'll be taking time off, but other than that we should be running like the usual train. But yeah, we'll end on that of touching your pud.
So it's so fucking funny. Just because like the guy got so mad and it's like, oh.
Yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow and like drum roll in the audience, everybody, because I guess right now is when I'll like end the poll. Oh no, I'll give people a chance to just change it last second, but this is like your final warning, I guess. Of like currently, A Link Between Worlds is in the lead for the next Zelda game we'll play. So we can of course do like the Discord link. And if you want to try and influence that, you can go to my Discord and will show me some sausages. But yeah, the next Zelda game for tomorrow that I'll have to try and figure out on the emulator is Link Between Worlds at the moment. And yeah, that'd be fun. We just finished A Link to the Past last week, so straight into like the sequel 20 years later. But yeah. So it looks like that's what we'll be playing there, but if you want to try and get a last minute vote in to change that, sway that, then the Discord is there. But
yeah. Right, eventually you're going to run out of these games, mate, and you will have to play the CDI games.
No, because then I'll just start doing like Ocarina of Time randomizers and shit like that.
Okay, because that means you'll have to buy a CDI.
No.
Just like you only emulate.
Is that as you say? I think the best thing to do is like sit back, grab a drink, and like watch a playthrough of those CDI games. I think that's the best way to ever do a stream of that for me personally.
It's one of those things where people think it'll be funny until you realize you got to play it.
Exactly, yeah.
It stops being funny the instant you actually have to get hands on it.
So yeah, like one day it might be a stupid goal of like watch a playthrough of how bad the CDI games are. I don't want to put myself through that shit. I don't.
The cutscenes could work as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like those are the funny bits that people want to see. Is like all those horrible animations and the awful voice work and stuff. It's like people don't want to see me vaguely click on a bunch of shit and get game overs all the time and stuff. It's like the actual gameplay of that is so boring and just nigh on unplayable. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and we will be back tomorrow, presumably with A Link Between Worlds.
Let's
and then,
go.
We'll be on Thursday playing some more Pokemon X Nuzlocke as well. But yeah,
And
thank you
then,
everyone.
yeah, and that week you've got off, there'll be no content except for like wiki weekends and stuff from us both. And then the week after will be my birthday. Yay!
There's elements of point and click. I'm not quite sure. It's not a point and click game. It is like this weird platformy thing, but like I think there's some kind of point and click aspecty thing to it. They're a monstrosity. I don't really know. But yeah, you know, go follow Karl if you want to join in Karl's like return to Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on the 2nd of Feb, Groundhog Day.
Oh, we're all gonna get so drunk. Let's go. Could be
God damn
so
it,
much. Let's go. So much booze.
Thank you all for joining. Have a lovely day, evening, or night, wherever you are, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.